Warning, the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. We are live. We should be live right now. So welcome to Forest Flesh, episode 60. Right? It is 60. Yes. What happened last session, guys? Do you guys want to talk about that? Nobody talk all at the same time.
Do we want to talk about it?
We saw a really pretty fountain.
Orilyn got depressed. We found the best fountain in the world. We tried to cheer her up, but it didn't work. Melora got mad and hit Odayn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then we got a tour.
And we went to a place where there's altars for some of the gods and stuff, but there's only like 3 set up, and so Orilyn, Odayn, and Sha'ah all decided to set up altars, and Odayn set up one for Melora, even though she was right there.
Yeah, we got like
so that other people.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so other people could worship her, like after we leave.
Yeah. So I got the DCs set in here and everything. We got DC 20 Music and Magic altar, DC 23 Oberon, DC 6 Cernuno's altar. It looks like a dog's been laying on it. There's like a bunch of like shed hair around it and stuff.
What are these DCs?
Yeah, DC 26 Natural 20 Melora altar. So that one looks really good. And Sha'ah, I remember Sha'ah getting a bottle of what was it? Rapid hair growth serum or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, from the barkeeper.
Yeah, yeah, Henry, yeah. I remember
and the
that being
barkeep is bald, isn't he?
He's what?
Wasn't he bald?
Yeah, I mean his token is, yeah.
Yeah. I remember when Sha'ah asked it, and I was like, why is Sha'ah asking a bald guy this?
Well, he has some hair, but the top of his head's definitely bald.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
he shaves his head regularly, so it looks like he's balding when he's not.
Or he just doesn't care, you know. But he was like, "Yeah, don't worry, it'll work." Like he was like, "Oh, it'll work." I remember that being a thing.
Yeah.
And then, did you guys go back upstairs from the dungeon altars area?
I think we ended right before Agape was gonna transport us back up.
We were just walking up the stairs. But,
yeah.
Agape couldn't go through the stairs, right?
Well, he can teleport.
So he was teleporting us around?
Yeah.
Or he was teleporting
we were
around?
walking, he was teleporting.
Okay.
Also, what was the barman's name?
Henry. Henry, yeah.
Barman Henry the Calistar. Got it.
Oh yeah. There was a whole exchange with him and Vash. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I don't remember if we made it back upstairs yet or not. Let me check the maps.
We didn't.
Okay. Well, in that case,
Yeah, we realized what time it was, and we decided to end it before going to the next spot, or before leaving the altar.
All right. right. Well, in that case, let me just tweet out the stream, and we'll jump in. Let's see here. Y'all talk. Somebody say something while I'm doing this.
Something.
Something.
Hello, something.
Really good job, guys. Appreciate it. You guys
We
are
Yeah.
got
so
your
good.
back.
Yeah.
You can count on us.
Oh, you know that bundle that I showed you guys before? There's so many TTRPG stuff in it. Like, I didn't realize that solo TTRPGs was a thing.
Me
But
either.
I think there's at least 10 that I've gone through, and I haven't even gone through 100 or 200 of the products that I got from it.
Huh.
Most of the solo ones they say journaling, and I'm not entirely sure exactly how to play them because I didn't really go through all of that. But if the theme of it sounded interesting, I just downloaded it. So we'll see. Someday I'll go through and see if those are interesting enough to play. I don't know.
Sounds like it could be. I
Yeah.
didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Well, I'm gonna have to
Well,
look into that. Find some time and look into that.
There's this one thing that my husband and I got that's like a choose your own adventure D&D kind of thing, but it's not D&D, it is you have a certain number of dice for your skills, and you roll that number of dice versus like an opponent's number of dice. And I can't remember what number. I think it's like 4, 5, and 6 are successes, and 1, 2, and 3 are failures. And so you count how many successes and failures you have versus them.
Sounds familiar.
And that one can be played solo. And you have like 3 party members that are NPCs. So I knew about that one, but this one, all these journaling ones seem different, like from what I get, because the one I was playing was, like a choose your own adventure. I wasn't journaling. I wasn't writing down anything. But yeah.
Wolf, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Does it look wrong?
I don't know. Just like it's. I don't know how to describe it besides squished.
Squished. Like what part of it looks squish?
It's.
I think I see.
I think they're squished too much left to right. But I could be wrong. Maybe it's just my eyeballs. Yeah, that looks better.
You were talking about the Discord thing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was looking like that to me too. I might have been messing with it, so
Cool.
should be a little
Just figured I'd point it out.
straightened. Yes, thank you. All right. So we fade back in on the inside of this crypt in the basement, with you all standing around your various altars, and a unicorn just sitting there, kind of observing you all. And he looks over towards you, and you all hear in your mind, well, are you ready to continue the tour?
Lead the way.
Let's get on with it.
Okay, so he ushers towards the stairs, and waits for you all to start ascending.
He waits for us to start ascending before he teleports?
Yeah.
Does it seem like he's watching us?
I mean, he's make an insight check.
Yeah, sure, okay.
He's been watching you since he pointed out where the dungeon was.
It's not down
Yeah,
here.
I'm not-
What does he matter?
Well, because I just remembered we didn't talk about this in the recap. Orilyn sent Faya through the vents,
Mm-hmm.
and I think she mentioned it to everybody, and I think Agape might be worried we're gonna go and try and find the dungeons through the vents or something.
Vash did make a point of asking where they were to avoid them.
I think Odayn straight
Yeah,
up said,
right. It was
be careful of that.
it was totally just to avoid them, guys. Not suspicious at all. All right. So do you guys go upstairs?
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. We'll go back
Orilyn's
to-
still just following Melora.
all right. And so we see you guys ascend the stairs. You return to this floor. Agape appears. And I guess Sha'ah and Ishu are still... Sha'ah is on the GM layer? Why? How? No, he's not. Okay, he's right there. There's just two of them for some reason. Okay. I think we good. So now you guys have seen this whole floor, right?
I don't think so.
No, I think we only saw like around this
I haven't been up
way.
these stairs up here or through other doors.
Well, the stairs would be a different floor, right?
Bash off at everyone.
Okay, yeah. You guys can kind of walk around freely. I didn't even see you take off across the map. Here's what I'll do. I'll just kind of like start opening stuff up on the dynamic lighting layer, like some of these doors. And you guys can sort of walk around freely. Obviously, like Agape is gonna be teleporting from room to room, following you all, and kind of giving you a description of the room if it's needed. So for like a lot of this stuff downstairs, like over here, he'll be like, "Oh, this is a lounging area, a little study." Yeah, Vash is out there looking at the how secure the fort is. Basically, here, Vash, I'll open some of these doors for you. This big door here is the main entrance. This door that you are looking at goes into basically like the wall is used for storage. I guess it could be used to move troops around the perimeter if you had guards. There probably would be some guards now that I think about it.
In a pocket plane?
Do what?
Does it seem like we're in a pocket plane?
Does it seem what would it
yeah,
would...
is there a sun? Is there like so when we were in the Feywild like plane, you could kind of feel that it wasn't quite the Feywild. Is there that same sense?
Well, Orilyn and Sha'ah could, I think, because they're from the Feywild.
Right.
But for them, yes, there would still be sort of that sort of feeling. This is not the Feywild. This is like a pocket realm. That's a good...
Right.
This
one is more like the material plane, though, isn't it? Because in the Feywild there wasn't any buildings.
Yeah, there aren't constructions like normal county constructions in the Feywild. The plants here, however, are very like Feywild like.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's like cut down trees. Like if you go outside the perimeter and you look, there's a lot of trees that are cut down, like for lumber or maybe to clear lines of sight, that kind of thing. Maybe they're burning wood. But yeah, I mean, there would still be guards here. I'm going to open up some more of these doors on the first floor, just in case you guys really want to walk all the way around the perimeter. You can. There's some bedrooms on the first floor. Most of these will probably be used for guards. I don't think these are nice enough to be like guest bedrooms. I mean, you guys could use them if you want, but they're mostly like a room with a table and like 5 beds on these first floor bedrooms. There's also a stable outside. In the courtyard, there's a little stable building. And there's even a like a library on the first floor. If you go to that circular building, there's like a library and storage area in there, and some more stairs. Yeah. Man, some of you guys are really, really looking around. Is that Vash that's doing that?
Yeah, I'm going around quick. I think I broke Discord though, because now it won't let me move my token. Or I put it inside of something on accident.
Oh yeah, your token does look weird.
It's freaking out.
Let me find you. Where did you go? Because I'm looking at Odayn's. I think Odayn's looks kind of funny on the GM layer for some reason. Oh, it's because I'm in the dynamic lighting layer. That's why. Oh, there you are. No, your token looks normal to me.
I couldn't move it, and now my bird is gone. But
It's
I
not.
can move now.
I'm looking at your bird's right by you. I can still see it.
No, there it is. I think I put myself inside this tree. It let me stop there, and then it wouldn't let me move until you moved the bird.
You put yourself in a dynamic lighting wall. Got you. That it might be a little weird when it comes to stuff like that. Collision might be on.
Yeah. I just want to see. Like, I doubt Vash is actually moving around and checking everything. I just want to see the pretty map.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Agape would be fine with showing you guys pretty much everything on this level here. So there probably would be a few guards that you pass like as you're walking through the hallways of the like the secure wall. So I'll just like drag a couple people onto the map at sort of like random intervals. There almost definitely would be a guard or two in this main room. Just kind of watching the entrance to the dungeon, you know.
What do the guards look like?
They're Gith.
Okay.
Some of them look like Fiwa. And some of them look like the lady that helped you guys with Losijo.
They seem what's the best way to say it? They seem of higher station than the ones we saw in the city, for the most part.
Yeah. And they don't seem to like have any problem with your presence or anything like that. They're pretty either indifferent or welcoming.
Old toilet room, what?
Yeah, there's a little bathroom.
You could sit next to each other while you poo.
Yeah. That's kind of strange, isn't it? I suppose because it's like right next to each other. There's no separation on those two toilets.
And so started been going to the bathroom together.
Yeah. Let's see here. Maybe just add somebody on this wall over here, just in case. And we'll just say they're in the middle of walking around. So, like, there's also the stairs by the walls that if you go up to, like, walk along top of the wall, that'd be on the second level. You could do that. And then there's this 2 set of stairs in the main hall that go up. There's also a set of stairs in the stables that go up to another level, too.
So, do we all, like, where is everyone actually going? Do we all end up splitting up, or?
One's not moving. But
Doubt
Faya
Vash
will
is either.
explore. Faya just flies everywhere.
I mean, Agape probably walks you guys around the outside, too. He probably shows you the library over here at some point. I mean, he certainly would show you the stables. I think it was mentioned last session that somebody might want to see the stables. Sha'ah, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, if there are stables.
Yeah, so he probably would show you that, and he might even just like walk you along the whole perimeter of the like the secure wall. So through the different bedrooms for the guards and all that stuff that that Vash was walking around in.
What's this place Faya found that looks like an altar?
Let's see here. It's not an altar. It looks like a door. Like it's made of metal, but it has like a seam in the middle where it looks like it could be like pried open.
Like, if I went around it, it's like just a door in a frame? Or like it's a door in the ground?
It's in the ground. Like it's like it would go
Oh,
down.
okay.
Yeah, it's not up against a wall. It's like a door that would go down into the ground, but it like pry apart to open. It's made of like a white glossy metal.
Mm. Found the storm basement thing.
So who all is staying in the original like stairs room? Has the different sets of stairs.
I think Odayn would be following Vash.
Vash is not going anywhere. He might, if Faya goes flying off, he might send the bird, the spirit, off in a similar way. But
Faya definitely flew everywhere.
Vash is mostly uninterested. Wolf wanted to see the map.
I think my roll 20 crashed. So give me 1 second.
I can't move my token either. I put myself in a tree again. Shouldn't let me do that.
Trees are your greatest weakness, I guess. All right.
Burn them all down.
Hang on. As soon as I get my DM layer to reload, I'll fix. What I might be able to do is just like turn off dynamic lighting wall collision, but I don't know. I might need to keep that on. All right. As soon as it reloads.
So I think can I send the wildfire spirit off like where Fia may be checking out the surroundings? I want to send him off a direction. Doesn't matter which direction. And just he flies for a while. Okay. Let's see how big this place is.
How big the plane itself is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. You just pick a direction, send him off.
And I can only communicate up to a certain distance, so I will probably communicate that I want him to fly for like 10 minutes and then come back. If he hasn't reached the end or something. Vash isn't quite sure how this works, but he knows that it's a fake place.
Right. Okay. I'm back in, so let me find your token. Where did you...
Right.
I see you. There you go. Okay, so the bird flies off in a random direction as you guys are sort of like walking around, checking everything out. And 10 minutes later, it only takes a minute to get back. So basically the bird flies in one direction, if it can communicate to you when it gets back. But when it turns around and looks back, it hasn't moved all that far from the keep, essentially. Almost like it only got so far, and then it kind of stopped moving away from the keep, even though it was still flying. And that's sort of how the sort of plane works. Like you're correct. It only is focused on this sort of small area. And it's almost like an illusion as far as like how far outside of it you can go. But it makes it a few hundred feet from the keep, and it's still flying over trees and stuff like that. But when it turns and looks back, it hasn't moved further than a few hundred feet from the keep.
What is everyone doing during that 10 minutes?
Orilyn found a comfy chair.
Odayn's by the fountain.
You ended up shaking the fountain effect, right?
I think eventually.
I don't know. I
don't
know that was
you told him to make like 6 different rolls.
Odayn did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody else was fine.
Yeah.
Orilyn did fail it, and I don't think you ever actually had her roll again after the first failure.
Oh, really?
You failed it
Yeah.
and still refused to go near it.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
Yeah, I remember that.
because you said it reminded her a lot of Oberon, and after what happened in the trial, she didn't want to go near anything that reminded her of Oberon that she didn't know about before.
So she went and made an Oberon altar.
Yeah, she made an Oberon altar because she knew the bow was safe.
Hmm.
She made it with stuff that she knew like could represent Oberon, and that was like safe because it's been on her all this time.
Oh, I think I get what you're saying. So like the last thing it reminded you of Oberon wasn't really him, and it was like it really freaked you out that it was like this weird perversion of him, kind of.
Yeah, that's why she was freaking out. Whereas now, I mean, I don't know if I have to still roll a save for it, I can. She might have gone to the fountain instead of to the chair.
Yeah, just roll until you succeed. I think it was a wisdom save, right?
I think so. That's why Odayn had to roll so many.
Yeah, just roll a couple times and let's see how long.
What was the?
Okay.
Oh, never
I
mind.
see.
I saved. We come back up, and Orilyn looks at it and is like, "Eh," and goes to sit in a chair.
All right. At some point, he'll take you guys up to the next level if you want to see the next level of the keep.
If no one else is doing anything, when the bird comes back, I'm going to listen to what it tells me, and then send it back out again and tell it to fly backwards and keep its eye on the castle and see if it can get farther away.
Okay. It goes out and it flies. It stares at the keep and starts to fly backward. It does get further away. Then there's this weird thing that happens where there's like a shimmer in front of it. Like it's looking at the castle and it's getting further and further away. And then it's almost like it passes through like an invisible bubble. Make a wisdom save as the bird.
Okay. This.
Success.
Pretty good.
Okay. So it passes through this bubble, and then instead of it suddenly almost like another picture is overlaid over the top of the image of the keep it's looking at, where it sees essentially the city of Shrackletor, the Gith city, but it's a view from that big palace, and that's what it sees. Like shimmer in front of it. Basically, it like left the illusion area, and so it's now outside of the illusion, kind of looking like at the palace in the city and stuff.
Wait, so it's now in limbo again?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Does the sphere, the thing that it popped out of, seem to take up space?
No, it disappears actually.
Oh.
And the bird stays in limbo. So you'll have to resummon it if you want to bring it back.
That's fine.
Maybe, I mean, it is a wildfire spirit. Maybe it'll turn into like one of those, a phoenix or like an elder elemental or something, or seek out like other fire elemental things. It's alone, like it's separated from you now.
Oh yeah,
probably
because it's a
just-
summon, isn't it?
Yeah. It probably just flies around trying to get back into it until the time runs out.
It wasn't summoned
Disappears.
in limbo, though. Is the thing.
Yeah, it was summoned and then went into limbo. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Interesting. I still had half an hour on it, so I guess Vash is going to be waiting for a while.
Are you gonna try to
Wondering
get
what
it
happened to his bird.
Are you gonna try to get it?
Do I
to
lose?
re-enter?
It probably, like, at that point, it's just operating on its own. So
Alright.
it probably tries to. Yeah.
Make another wisdom save as the bird.
Sure.
See if
Why
it
not?
can make it back in. I'll give you a chance to not
Just-
waste a wild shape. Nope. So yeah, it starts flying back towards the palace, and I mean, you can't communicate, I guess, with it at
No,
this point. So
Not from this far away.
you don't know what happened, but it vanished at some point.
Okay.
All right.
I guess while that's happening, and Orilyn is in a different room, Odayn's gonna go to Melora and ask her, not quietly enough for he's gonna say it loud enough that everyone else in the room can hear, but should we be worried about Orilyn? She's sort of, she seems depressed over something ever since we got here. Is this something we should be worried about?
She kind of looks up and to the left, like she's remembering something, or thinking something over, and she says, well, Agape did say that the way in could be difficult for some of us. Perhaps her experience was particularly so.
Do you think there's a way that we could help her through it?
She looks over to Agape, and he sort of says, like, into your minds, I can give it a shot.
She does seem to be a little bit better after the altar thing, though, than she was before.
What are you going to do, Agape?
He disappears. we see him appear in the room where Orilyn's sitting alone. And he's just sort of standing there looking at you for a moment. And assuming you don't say anything, Ella, he says, he like takes a step towards you, in a very calm tone in your mind. He says, I've been meaning to ask you, how are you feeling? Are you doing okay?
I'm fine.
He says, are you certain? You seem troubled since arriving in this place.
Stuff happened, and I don't want to talk about it. I'm fine.
Yeah, he kind of takes a step back, and is like, his hooves kind of like make that trot noise on the stone floor. And he says, no, there's no need to talk about it. I understand. Perhaps there is something I can do to help, if you let me.
I don't think she's let him any time that he's ever.
Nope.
I think he tried last session.
He's
Yeah, he
tried
did.
3 times and failed every time
Yeah.
since we met
Yeah.
him.
And it's a charm, right? But
it's calm emotions.
that
So
he does, yeah. I don't think anything you can do can help me.
yeah, he sort of takes a step back, and he says, really, it's my job to do this. It's my purpose here. It's why the master keeps me around.
He just stares at him.
He kind of like nods and like flicks his mane over. And he says, well, certainly I understand. If you don't want to feel better, then the decision is yours.
I don't think there's anything that can make what happened better.
Well, it certainly wouldn't make what happened better, but perhaps it could just help you to deal with it. To find some kind of peace, I suppose.
As I said, I don't think you can help me.
Yeah, he kind of like he moves one hoof kind of forward and straightens it out, and then he like brings his head down, like he kind of like bows, and he says, "Fair enough. Just let me know if you change your mind." And then he vanishes, and reappears back outside in the hallway.
While Agape is gone. Listening to the conversation between Melora and Odayn, Vash will just say, they just experienced a betrayal.
What?
A betrayal.
Who?
Someone important. And frankly, it was probably good.
A
Better
betrayal?
now when the stakes were low.
Odayn's confused. He has no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Kind of what Vash hoped to achieve. And he's gonna wander over and like look down the stairs.
Those are the stairs that go up.
That's upstairs.
Oh wait. Those are the dungeon stairs.
The
This
dungeon
one?
stairs, I think, are these right here.
Could have swore it was these. Okay.
No.
No, they're down.
Yeah, like
He's not like, but I'm not like looking like I'm gonna go down. I'm just glancing down, like even over the railing, maybe.
Yeah, they descend into pitch black darkness. The when you move over
Do I
towards
feel
them,
waves of heat.
you do feel slight waves of heat. Yeah, it's not as strong at all as what Faya was feeling downstairs. When you make a move towards them, the guards make an insight check. Your pass is pretty high. They're definitely watching you, but I want
19.
19.
Well, my passive's 19.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
You definitely notice them watching you. They tense up slightly.
They seem to be watching me more than the others.
When you move towards the stairs that go into the dungeon, yes.
Well, I probably I'm not going to roll a deception check because Vash is not very good at deceiving. But Vash tries to play it off as moving over towards Ishu.
Okay. Ishu's like, what? We're not supposed to go down there. That's what he said.
You said anything about going down there? Are you thinking about going down there, Ishu? You probably shouldn't. You might, engender some hard feelings.
Hang on. Ishu like turns his back to the guards, like he's walking away from you with his back to the guards. And he says, I don't know what you're talking about. I do no such thing. He's lying.
So, unless someone else has something else to do, I don't want to, like... Is anyone else doing anything? What's Sha'ah doing?
Sha'ah, the stables are empty. There's no animals in them. I saw you.
I was there. Yeah, I was like walking there, and I noticed that there was nothing there.
There
Like,
was
why even make a stable?
Yeah, there was food like hay and stuff and feed for animals, various like common animals. But yeah, there's no like in the stalls. There's no animals. There's water. There's plentiful water for fresh water if animals were put in there.
Can I check if there are any footprints of any animals?
Sure. Make either investigation or perception check.
Do any of the stalls look like they're Agape's home?
Right.
They
God.
don't. They don't. No. There are various tracks. There's quite a few different sets of hoof tracks. And there's some tracks that you don't really recognize. Perhaps they're like large cat tracks.
Large cat.
Yeah, like very big, like bigger than a lion, certainly.
Are there any saddles around hanging about?
There probably would be like one or two saddles hanging on the wall. Yeah. There's also like a sword sitting on the table over here and some hoofs. There's a fire going in the fireplace.
He takes one of those saddles and puts it on himself.
Okay, yeah, sure. It's a finely made dark leather saddle, and it's got like a few places for like pouches and that kind of thing. Areas like
Nice.
hook equipment too and stuff like that. Yeah, you put it on, you fasten it around yourself.
That's perfect. All right. And then he heads back to the group.
Yeah, okay. So you re-enter, and you're obviously wearing this new saddle, right? And so, I mean, Agape kind of tilts his head and looks at you. Some of the other people in the room probably do as well, but nobody says anything.
And then I just say finders keepers. Nonchalantly.
Yeah, Agape says, well, make yourself at home, I suppose.
And that's what he did for the rest of the 10 minutes or the time.
All right. Is there anything else anyone wants to do while you're on this level? Orilyn, are you going to go up to the second story?
Yeah, she'll follow everybody when they go up.
All right. Yeah.
She just didn't want to stand around in the hallway.
Okay. Sure.
Maybe she grabbed a book because there's books right here.
Yeah.
When
She started
Agape
reading
pops,
while she waited.
when Agape pops back up, Odayn's gonna ask if he was able to help her.
Yeah, he kind of like looks down and shakes his head slightly, and he says, I'm afraid she didn't want any help.
Exactly did you imagine you were going to help her?
I have a way of calming troubled minds.
And how is that supposed to help her?
Well, if she's troubled by something that happened entering this place, it's likely that she experienced some kind of fear that overwhelmed her. And this soothing that initial wound should help.
I don't see it.
Whenever Agape is like talking to you guys, telepathically and stuff, his mood radiates off of him. So like whatever feeling he's trying to invoke, sometimes this comes in the form of like images of things he's talking about. He's a very calm personality, so he doesn't ever like send you like any anger, or it's usually like calming tones. Sometimes you'll get like if he's trying to if he's talking about food, for example, you might get the sensation of like the first time you tasted a really good meal or something like that. He radiates like feelings and stuff, emotions and things like that. All positive.
Can't just band-aid her feelings and that's it. She gets over it. Got to work through it.
She didn't want to speak about it.
Work through it. Hopefully.
Well, hopefully she'll be okay. She doesn't want any help. There's nothing we can do for her, I guess.
Very wise, Odayn.
I guess show us the rest of the place, Agape. What's upstairs?
Yeah. So, which staircase do you guys go up?
Wherever Agape takes us.
He can't. I mean, he asked what's upstairs. He doesn't answer.
Yeah. So Agape would tell you that like the next floor up, I think. Let me check and make sure. Is your potentially your living area, so be like your rooms, and that kind of stuff. Guest quarters, basically. Proper
Do
guest.
both of these lead to the same place?
I mean, I wasn't gonna tell you that, but yes, they do. I just wanted to see.
That's what he's asking.
Yeah.
Like Vash is asking Agape.
Yeah. They both sets of stairs lead to the same like common area. Yeah, similar to this room, but next floor up. I just wanted to see if you guys were
Agape
like...
a dirty look. Yeah.
I just wanted to see if you guys would choose a particular staircase for any reason. Okay. let me copy and paste you guys over.
Are there any others who will be sharing rooms near ours?
Yeah, Agape shakes his head and he says, "No, we wanted to give you all some privacy. That being said, there are 4 bedrooms and multiple beds in each one. There's also other free beds around the keep if some of you would prefer to be on your own. But, well, you'll see. Why don't we head upstairs, shall we?"
Okay.
Do you, horse?
Let me sort of organize you guys around here so you're not all inside dynamic lighting walls and stuff.
It's not fun.
All right. I think that's good. Boom. Second floor. Okay. So you guys ascend the stairs. I guess you would be on this side if you're ascending, because those are the stairs that go up to the third floor. And what you see is like a nice common area. There's some tables with decorations on them, various like tabards and paintings on the wall. There are a few doors around. Agape appears down the hallway where there's room for him. Perhaps he would appear like right here if there was room. And he says, "Well, let's have a look around, shall we?" And I'll start pulling doors, dynamic lighting walls off the doors here.
Can we see the other? Do we know that this is also like a staircase? Is it visible from this side? Like one leading up above the other leading down, kind of thing.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be visible from this side, but as soon as because there's be a wall right there. But as soon as you like walk around, you'll see it. It'll be obvious. I guess actually, like, you would know it's there because you're coming up underneath it from the staircase that goes under it, right? So there, while
Right, so
you're
it's kind of like a slanted wall
yeah, like the
ceiling.
ceiling. Yeah, the ceiling would be slanted, so you'd probably
That's what I
be
was
able to
thinking.
tell that there's stairs above you.
What's on the next floor?
Agape says, "Oh, no hurry to see the quarters we've provided for you, huh?"
Just asking a question.
The next floor, is another set of rooms. If they would be more beneficial to you, there's also a display area there for weapons and a small chapel.
Another chapel. Didn't we just come from one of those in the basement?
Altars. This is a bit different. This is more for public sermons.
So for it, Orilyn. Will you be extolling the virtues of Oberon?
I could.
Let me pull some more doors off here so you guys can move around freely on this level if you want to check out the rooms and stuff like that. So you got another lounge area here. You got like a little study library area. Looks like Faye's checking that out right now. There's also like a baths area. Fairly nice little bathing area with two baths. The decorations and plants and stuff are very fine. There's lit candles, a lit fireplace. Everything feels very cozy and comfortable. Some of the rooms might, they have like 2 or 3 beds in them. They have like a little storage area and like a seating, typically. And comfy, very comfy, clean looking beds for the most part. Yeah. There's
So-
also like a little this area here, or it's like almost like a bunch of empty chests. So like if you had stuff that you couldn't carry around, like if you had a lot of gold or valuables and stuff, the door here is secured as well. It has a key in it, so like you could like lock the door and then take the key. Presumably, this is like a private storage locker kind of situation.
So Vash will look in the first room that has the like lounge, and then look around, see other doors, and go, so which ones are the actual rooms?
The bedrooms. You're asking where the bedrooms are? Here,
Yeah.
here, here, and here.
Oh, okay, I see.
You're in the lounge area. There's a study right here. There's baths over here. And then this is like a bank vault, basically. Faye goes out and flies around. So on the same level, you have the top of the walls that you could walk under on the perimeter. And then the like the square bastions are like storage areas. So like where you would walk under for that main entrance over on the right side. And there's like a storage area on the second level here. It continues to go up. So like the square tower spots, those go a little bit higher than the actual wall does. Let me see if I can pull the. I haven't pulled the doors off there yet. Let me pull the doors off there, Faya, so you can go in there and take a look if you want.
Vash jumps out the window.
You jump out the window. Yeah, I mean, you guys can move around and look at outside if you want to. There's some doors here. There's another like living area in this round building. And in there's like proper like not only library, magic library, but experimentation equipment. So there's equipment there to do experiments with like magic, with alchemy and herbalism, pretty much everything except for like stonework, blacksmithing, that kind of stuff.
Is he explaining this stuff to us, Agape?
Yeah. He would be showing you guys
Okay.
where these sorts of areas are, just in case you wanted to use them while you were here, because they're meant for communal use.
Mhm.
So those areas would be like here and here. There's like two different quote unquote crafting areas. And then the like the bedrooms here, they're a little bit more Spartan, so they're probably meant for guards or guests who aren't as important.
Yeah, when Faya goes through one of the tower rooms and sees like the ballistas, Orilyn will be like, "Why do you need ballistas?"
Well, you never know when the place could come under siege.
From who?
Isn't this place in Ubermar's own personal space?
Well, of course, but he has many enemies, and a lot of them are very powerful. It wouldn't be a huge surprise if they were able to attack him here.
So powerful they could enter this place on their own, but not powerful enough to just appear in the castle. They'd have to siege it.
Enter
Okay.
on their own.
Yeah, Orlin's
kind
confused.
Yeah, he says enter on their own. Not likely. They would have to find some kind of way in.
I don't think that helps the explanation, Horse.
Well, I suppose you'll have to ask him. Maybe he can explain it better for you. Never seen the siege equipment used. Perhaps he's just a fan.
How long have you served him?
He kind of like looks up and tries to like think for a moment. A few thousand years, I think. Lost track. I'd say at least 5.
Good day over 2,000. Ishu, I was hoping to talk to you tonight. Would you mind roaming with me?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, make sure you don't go into the dungeons. He like winks at you. The above the stables, there's a couple more bedrooms. There's like some storage areas. They have a lot of weapons kept in there. They all look like they're for decoration. Like they're set out like they're ready to grab, but none of them have ever seen any use. And there's like a kitchenette area above the stables as well.
Which of the 4 rooms, the 4 rooms with beds, looks the most luxurious?
Out of these, probably one of the top 2. They're kind of identical. Maybe this one's slightly bigger, the one Vash is in. It's kind of hard to tell.
Which one is Bastion? He just moved.
This one.
Yeah, I think Vash was heading this way because he pointed out. So Vash was going to take this one with Ishu. There's also, it seems like there's 3 rooms with red beds and 1 room with blue beds.
Yeah.
The blue beds look smaller.
They do look a little bit smaller.
There's
also another living area upstairs above this place. Like if you guys liked it more, you could just stay there. It's up to you.
We haven't seen it yet.
Orilyn sends Faya to go look.
Okay, you can send Faya to go look first. All right. Orlin's not pleased with she's not satisfied with the luxury of this place. Go ahead, Wolf.
Do we happen to see any of those vents or things that Orilyn sent Faya through in the basement?
No, you don't see him up here. There's a bath area that probably has some vents that could just go straight outside. But nothing that like resembles like any place you can squeeze around without being seen on this level.
Okay. So Horse, where are the guards?
Oh,
Saw plenty of them downstairs. Haven't seen any up here.
yeah. Yeah, so the horse says, well, if these are going to be your quarters, we don't need to have guards keeping an eye on you. I don't
So
see...
what are the guards for? They sure seem to be watching me downstairs.
Well, they likely are trying to make sure you stay out of the dungeons, like I mentioned.
What is everybody's fascination with the dungeons here? Jeez, it's every 3 minutes with all of you.
Yeah, I don't think Agape even says anything. Actually, let me make a roll for him.
So you're telling me that the guards are there not to protect us, but to protect something from us.
Yeah, he doesn't get a very good read on you. He says, well, in a way, they are for your protection. You see, there is a prisoner in the dungeons that could be dangerous, and if you were to get too curious, it could lead to someone getting hurt.
Who's that someone?
Well, whoever goes down there, anyone else in the keep, perhaps all of the people as well.
Why are you going in our rooms, Orilyn?
Picking the best one for my station.
That one's taken.
This one's next
is
to the
this
bath.
prisoner a secret?
Yes, I suppose in a way it is.
Why?
Because they're particularly dangerous.
How are we?
Well, this prisoner brought the world to its knees at one point in time. Nearly destroyed it. And the master chooses not to kill if he can help it. I think he has belief that even a creature such as this can be redeemed somehow.
Creature.
Yes.
Such as?
It's not of your concern.
Something that brought the world to its knees is sleeping 2 floors below us, with a few paltry guards in between, and it's not our concern. Okay, got it.
Well, it is a particularly magical prison. The nature of its cell, well, it makes it very hard for it to escape. It also makes it very hard for it to understand anything, to remember what it is.
Why are you so interested in the prison? They seem
Because
to
it
have
seems
everything
like
under control
something.
before we got here.
You seem to have what?
They seem to have everything under control before we got here, so I don't understand the reason for disturbing what
I
they
don't
got
know if
going
you've
on.
noticed the pattern, but it seems like everywhere we go, shit goes to hell. Either it's our fault or bad luck, but either way, I like to be prepared for once.
Well, then, isn't it better for us to stay away from that? Because we might cause it, like you said, shit to go down.
Very likely, yeah. But what if it won't stay away from us?
How does it know? How would it know that we're here in the first place?
Agape
kind of shrugs his shoulders.
Agape kind of chuckles when you're talking about this whole, like, everywhere we go, shit goes to hell and stuff. Agape kind of chuckles and he says, you're starting to sound like Nurnum.
You take that back.
Yeah.
I'll call lightning down on you right here.
His response is, I won't. Kind of like laughingly, you know? Like, I won't take that back.
Just like squinting at him.
Agape knows Nernum.
He goes, Nernum says the same thing, you know. Everywhere he goes means destruction.
I didn't say destruction, I just said the shit tries to kill us.
Well, he says it follows him.
Agape, who were the last people that were here before us? When was
I
it
mean-
last used? This place?
Well,
You mean the bedrooms? Like, have they been cleaned?
No, like the whole castle itself.
Did you
Like
Did you
it
not see
seems
the
too
people in the
perfect.
basement?
I mean, aren't they just travelers? Do they settle here as well?
they will be, perhaps, when the master is ready to let them in. But for the time being, you have the place to yourself. It is used regularly, but we maintain it. We keep it in near perfect condition. It's somewhat the nature of this place.
Do you know when the master will be ready to see us?
Well, I hope to check in after our tour and see, but it's likely to be, I don't know, a day or two. Enough time for you to get your bearings. If there's anything you need to take care of while you're here, you're welcome to do so.
Do you know if any of these rooms have been claimed already by some of the people downstairs?
No, they haven't been allowed up into the keep yet. You'll get first choice.
Will they be allowed while we're here?
Would you prefer it if they weren't?
Just curious.
We weren't planning to allow them in while you're here, but it's complicated, I suppose. It's not like they're going to be waiting in the basement for weeks. For them, it will seem like only a few minutes has passed.
Hey?
Question mark? Well, he's a very powerful wizard, you see. I thought we had explained this.
Does time flow differently downstairs than it is up here?
It can, yes. Right now, it does. At least in the bar area of the downstairs. It's a waiting room, you see, but guests tend to get impatient if they're left waiting for too long.
Okay.
Mm.
Lyram, Sha'ah, everyone, what is our plan? Should we just continue the tour? Or should we
Or what?
wait here? The tour of the area. Apparently there's more stuff upstairs.
Bad things happen near me on stairs.
What kind of bad things?
Or bad things to other people, at least.
We get a flashback of your creator's like mutilated body on the just like laying on the ground.
Odayn like raises an eyebrow. Is like, well, we went up and down the stairs multiple times already, Lyram. Nothing's bad happened so far.
I look over at Vash.
Yeah, I would beg to differ, but whatever.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
We just
Not important.
We just went up here. We took the stairs. What bad thing has happened already?
You didn't even notice? Your sword's not there.
Is my sword? I like look at it.
See, the fact that it could have been true. That's yeah, exactly.
Well, it doesn't matter if the sword's not there. I like brandish my hand and then it disappears and then reappears again. I can summon it wherever.
How about your pants? Can you do that with your pants?
I think I would know if my pants were on me.
That's just kind of. Well, you never know. Look. Sure. Show us the third floor, I guess.
What is
Are
that
there?
pink? Is that just your blind sight, Sha'ah? The pink that's kind of following you around?
I don't know. I just noticed there's like this like purple thing.
I think it's
I
your
don't see it.
I think it's your blind sight when you go into a room that might be like darkened or something. Let me see if I can change the blind sight to where it doesn't show a color.
That's
I
why I asked.
I don't see
Orlin.
it.
As a weird
Oh,
aura.
the other players don't see it. I see it on the GM
No.
I don't see
layer.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, you haven't enabled his auras to be shown to the other players.
It's your blind sight. I'm gonna set it as transparent so you can see
Okay.
properly.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's gone.
Yeah, it was your.
I thought it was just like everybody. I was like, why is there like this purple thing around me
It's like following
when
me
I'm in a
around.
room?
What spell
Wait,
Yeah.
did you?
that's weird because Fea also has blind sight, but I don't see an aura around Fea.
I never set it up like that on Fea. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
You can choose the color. And, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Like, what spell did your master cast on me, Agape?
Right.
It's too late. That conversation is canon. That room has a weird aura.
Absolutely.
So Fea's already gone upstairs to look at the other room that Agape mentioned.
All right. Let me copy all the tokens. Is Fea still? Yeah, she's okay. She's
Before we go up, do the rooms seem to have locks on the doors?
They do. They like the vault room. They have the key in the lock. So
In the door? Yeah,
Yes,
I'll
you
take
can-
the key from this room.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Pocket it. I don't lock it.
Okay.
Is it for all the rooms?
Yeah.
Hmm?
It's the same for each room.
Yeah.
I think of this.
Okay.
Melora, do you want to stay here tonight?
Sure. I suppose. If these are the rooms we decide to go with, anyways. She like looks over towards Orilyn.
Orlin's up in this. I
Looks
guess
through
it's the
stone
second
to Orilyn.
biggest room. Yeah, she looks through stone.
I'm not on that. I'm not on that page right now. I'm copying you guys
Okay,
over,
okay.
so I can't really see.
Orlin's like camping the second biggest room until Fea's gotten back to her about how that other room looks.
Hey, Lyram. Or statue.
Yes.
You should go in room with Orilyn. She probably shouldn't be alone.
That is not my concern.
Okay. What is your concern? And I swear to God, if you say music and magic.
Yes.
Orilyn plays music and she's magical. You should go room with her.
Orlin is boring.
I don't know if you remember, but Orilyn did extremely poorly on her attempt
That was his
to
nice way of saying it.
motivate. Yeah, to motivate people as we were climbing up all those stairs to get to the city.
You remember. So, what do you intend to do then, Lyram? Are you just going to stand there? Where are you sleeping? Where are you? Whatever you do.
Sleeping?
Jeez.
I'd prefer to wait in this hall.
Yeah, you do that.
Looks like you guys have your own guard.
I'll be here in the morning,
We could
or
We could
however time
prop him-
passes, if it
we could
does.
prop him up on this table. He could be just a gnome statue in the center of this table.
All right, do you guys want to see the next floor?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. So you ascend the stairs. You find a room full of weapon display cases. Let me jump over to dynamic lighting and start taking the doors off. There is the chapel, which is right off this main room here, and then
What's in the
around the
chapel?
perimeter, there is several. These are bigger, spacious, single bed rooms, with bigger seating areas. They each have a desk, but there's only 6 beds. So if you guys wanted to stay in this area, you'd have to double up. You also don't have the nice baths up here. But yeah. Now, if you were to like go outside the building, on the same floor in that round building, there is a much bigger library on this floor. There's also several more crafting areas. If you were to walk into those areas, they
Windows.
would change to basically whatever crafting you know. Like the interior of the room would redecorate itself essentially as you walk in. To like, if you're there to use it for blacksmithing, it would change to like blacksmithing stations. It would change. Everything would change essentially.
There are random bedrooms in the towers.
Yeah. So there's more random bedrooms in these towers. Again, you're still not on the top floor of the towers yet either.
Oh.
But yeah, the staircases and the towers continue to go up. But there's like a few small beds, some storage, some weapons, some more Spartan seating areas in most of those towers. There's like spears tied together and bundled up on a table. That kind of thing.
Agape, what are these weapons?
What do you mean? They're weapons.
Are they special? Why are they framed?
Well, they're particularly well crafted, I suppose. It's more for decoration than anything.
Oh, so
The
they're
cases
not
seem to open.
really made. They're not really made for battle.
They're not replicas. They're also not magical artifacts. I suppose if you needed a new axe or a new sword, you'd be welcome to take one of these.
I think I'm good. I'm just wondering if these had any special history.
I'm sure
I guess
some of them do, but history of weapons is not really my area of focus.
Jesus. Is there another floor?
There is more still yet to see.
Does the master have an unhealthy obsession with stairs?
Perhaps.
I mean, it is a tower, right?
It's a castle.
Castle tower.
It's a palace.
This does not look like a palace.
Well, it looks more like a palace from the outside.
Take your word for it. I have a sort of weird question.
Okay.
Are we gonna have to worry about noise from neighbors in these rooms?
You shouldn't. No.
The walls like
The walls are fairly thick.
thick.
They're stone, so yes, they're fairly thick.
Okay.
Like a couple feet of stone. like 3 feet of solid stone.
Is there more to show us?
Yeah. You guys want to continue going up?
Sure.
Orilyn takes the key to the room that she's currently standing in
Yeah, I kind of figured.
and locks it behind her when she exits.
Okay. Oh, this is a pretty cool area too. All right. Copy you guys in here.
What was on the second floor in the big circular room?
Second floor, big circular room. Let me check.
No, the first floor was a library. Third floor was like a magical library.
Yeah, it was like there's some bed.
/ workstations.
Yeah, there was like half of it is like sleeping area for like guards with like little storage trunks. Pretty Spartan sleeping area.
There's
The other half was like a magical crafting area. So there was like magical books and scrolls. There was also like crafting for like arcana, like making like working with magic. And like enchanting, I suppose would be the proper way to say it. And alchemy and herbalism and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then the
there's
third
no windows to try and sneak in there.
I mean, you can just walk.
There are
in
not on the second and third floors, no, or at least not on the third floor.
Yeah. There's not a lot of windows on the third floor for sure. Let's
So
check.
we can't actually see it, is what.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I can
Because
just
we can't drag
Yeah.
the token in.
I can
Whereas like some of the tower rooms, there's windows, so Faye is able to fly right in.
Yeah.
But for that one, there's no.
Here, I just put Vash in there. Let me just grab all you guys and put you in there. Real quick.
May or may not come up.
And you guys kind of walk around if you want to.
Finicky doors.
Did I pull all the doors off? I did. They're just,
Yeah, they're just finicky. And these are like braziers, like flames or whatever. Lighting?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
magical lighting?
Yeah, some of them are magical lighting. There's also like these like magical workstations. There's 4 of them in these rooms. And they're like set up on a table. Yeah.
I don't know if we're actually. Did we actually come over to explore this, or are we just describing it?
Thea would have.
I mean, you guys could
But-
come
or-
over here. Like, they're going to show you the whole place.
All right.
Some areas are just black for me.
Really?
Vash is
Yeah.
where?
Oh, you moved Vash over there and it suddenly got light again.
I probably have light
then,
on me
like-
because that's usually.
And
So
then
they might be dark areas.
all of these smaller rooms also don't.
Let me check and make sure global illumination is on.
They should at least
Oh,
have the
well,
dark
that-
vision to see
That should fix it.
grayscale in there.
It
Yeah,
wasn't-
that fixed it.
It wasn't on daylight mode for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like all the floors are like that. I guess they have some. They set it up so some of these tokens actually emit light, and then maybe they just missed some of them on this floor.
Hmm.
So Vash is paying close attention to everything that he's showing us, but acting and looking like he's very, very bored.
All right, you're acting. Are you actually bored?
Halfway.
You want to make like a either deception or persuasion or performance check?
Since you phrase that as a question, I will say no.
All right, so you're not trying to be that convincing.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not really. No.
All right, 1 second here. The Roll20 is like loading. I don't know. I've never seen it do that. Let me try turning dark mode off, maybe, and seeing if it loads faster. I don't know. I'm gonna
Are
refresh.
you stuck on a loading screen? Yeah,
Yeah.
you should probably refresh. Sometimes it gets stuck.
Okay. I'll just give it a moment. So load up here. So, are you guys going to try to get the guy out of the dungeon? And when? When are you going to do that? And why? I guess.
Odayn's
We've
not.
been told we're not supposed to go in the dungeon. Why would we go in there?
Oh, okay. All right. I forgot. You guys listen. You guys do what you're told. Forgot that.
Exactly. Yeah. Ooh, Orilyn, you didn't get the best room.
Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, that was weird. I don't know why it was doing that. Okay. So, you guys want to check out the 4th floor? I've got you guys all copied
May as well.
over.
Yep. Is there 5th floor? Is there just 4 floors?
The 5th floor is like the exterior, so that's your roof. That's your roof area.
What?
But yes,
This
basically
like a
yes.
Greenhouse?
So more display weapons and display cases and stuff like that. Here you also see
Ishu, get off the table.
Is he on the table? Oh, he is. I kind of just like quickly copied everyone over here. So the first thing that pops like that you see is all these mugs set up on the tables. When you come up the stairs, there's all these like empty mugs, and then on either side of the far side of like the far tables, there's these big casks. So like ale or wine or something like that. Faya is quickly looking around at everything Faya can see. So there's that. Have fun exploring, Faya. So let me start taking dynamic lighting walls off so the rest of you guys can look around. There's some storage areas. This is where the like seating, basically like the theater essentially, is on this floor. Okay, all those doors are off. So there's like a stage area, and then there's like room for like a small audience with seating, and presumably refreshments. Let me take the doors off where Faya was exploring, so Faya can kind of see a little bit better over there.
Oh, I already went through all of the windows.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's some more bedrooms in the round building. There's like a huge desk that circles around the outside of the spiral staircase. There's plenty of books, more siege equipment on this floor of the towers.
The rooms got even bigger, didn't they?
Both of the
no.
rooms in the square building are not showing for me. They're all black still.
Let me turn daylight mode on this map because it looks like these.
There you go.
There we go.
These
Well,
later.
that's not a bedroom.
These later maps.
No, in the
daylight
round
mode.
room. There's bigger bedrooms.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
in the round thing. Yeah.
Some of them look
Or at
pretty
least
small, actually,
one.
to me. But
This one's pretty big.
yeah, I suppose it is.
I assume this is the same. Yeah.
I mean, you guys be welcome to set up wherever you'd like to set up.
What's this thing in the center of this room?
Which room?
One of those magical lights.
Oh.
Oh,
Let me see. It might be like that's like a pool of water.
Is it?
I think.
Oh, is it?
I think no. I think you're right because there's
it looks just like the things downstairs.
Yeah, because there's a green one in one of the other rooms.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe it was like a scrying pool or something.
Cool.
If it was like a private bathtub, Orilyn would be like, if I found a better room, I want it.
I guess it could be, yeah. It could be a private bathtub. Maybe the water's foul for one of them. Maybe Ishu jumped in.
I was thinking it was like a reflective pool. Like that was when I was not a bathtub, but yeah.
I mean, like the bathtubs back then were pretty much that size.
Yeah.
Just big enough for someone to sit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you guys are able to check out all of this floor here. Are you guys able to see the towers? There's just more.
Yes.
Okay. There's just more siege
Mostly
equipment.
ballista stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you guys all want to gather back at the stairs, we can look at the top floor.
Is Ishu showing interest so far in our tour? Is he showing interest in anything in particular?
He seems kind of anxious. Make a insight check.
I like those. Yes.
Okay, so he's really interested in the dungeons.
Well, I knew that.
He hasn't really shown a whole lot of interest in much else. A little bit at the magical stuff. So he's got a little bit of interest in like the magical lighting that's in some of the rooms, the magical workstations and stuff like that. But a lot of it's over his head too. Like everything's fancier than he cares for. I mean, it looks comfortable, so that's good. He seems satisfied as far as that goes. But yeah, he does kind of seem bored. And like he's waiting for something. All right. Well, Odayn and Sha'ah, I'm going to pull you back over here so I can copy you to get up to the next level here. And we can take a look at the roof.
Does Lyram take any particular interest in the room with all the the stage area for performances?
Lyram or Odayn, I suppose.
Yeah.
Really, because there's no crowd.
Yes, that's true. Who's supposed to sit in all those seats?
Yeah,
Well-
they're not even opening the place up to the people downstairs.
Well, you could
We could ask a bunch of the people to come through, but most of them would die in the trial. So
No, the people that are downstairs in the bar.
Yeah, they have already gone through.
Oh
their own.
yeah.
Yeah, they've already went through their own trial. But you could get them and Henry and the guards to come up and put on a show for everybody if you really wanted to.
That's right. Distract the guards so Vash and Ishu can go check out the dungeons.
Yeah. That's a good point. So just so the stream and everybody knows, because this is important. Today's Ella's birthday.
Oh no.
So
Happy birthday, Ella.
happy birthday, Ella. Now
birthday.
the internet knows.
That's why I didn't say it last year.
Now everyone knows
Thank
that
you.
it is March 14th. Just,
Uh,
in case anyone's listening.
yeah, happy B-Day. So you can get all the DMs on March 14th from now on.
You will regret this.
And happy Pi Day.
Yes, thank you.
Happy Pi Day.
It's
Happy
Pi
Pi
Day,
Day.
and it's also Einstein's birthday, and it's also White Day in Japan, which is
What?
you know how Valentine's Day we have here, they also have Valentine's Day in Japan, but in Japan the girls give the guys chocolates on Valentine's Day, and on White Day the guys give the chocolates.
Man,
Or-
Japanese Valentine's Day sounds awesome.
Right?
That would make it so much easier.
Yeah, the girls confess first, and then you
Quality.
can reply a month later.
Easy.
Just leave them on read. That's
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, I can't say anything for a month. My bad.
All right, so here's the
Jumps off
roofs.
the roof.
So you jump off the roof and you fall 5 stories. I'll roll 5d6. Oh no, you changed your mind? Okay.
When we get
I
up
can
to the
teleport.
roof, Orilyn sees more of these ballistas, and she immediately looks at Agape and says, Have you had to use these before?
Of course not.
Then they're a waste of space.
He's just gonna stare at him because his excuse for why they have them when she first asked about them was not good enough to her.
A bit mental, this master, isn't he?
Well, yes, I suppose that's the cost. Knowing as much as he does. Again, my purpose is to
That's
help
what it is.
keep that in check. But it never hurts to be over-prepared, don't you think?
Prepared in the right way.
Well, trust me, there are security measures in place here that you can't see.
Such as?
Well, magics, for one.
Stairs.
He looks around and he says...
Their stairs will definitely discourage most people.
He looks around and he says, "Where did your wildfire spirit go again?"
Send him off.
Right.
It's probably been like a half an hour, right?
Yeah, it's probably been a while, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Vash knows that he hasn't come back and is wondering why, but he's not going to explore that with everyone here. So he's playing it cool. What type of defenses do you have? Because it seems like for someone who is so learned and magical, that magical defenses would be more appropriate
Yes, of course there are
and
some.
effective.
We talked briefly about some of those with the dungeons.
What else?
We don't...
Same reason. Don't want to trip them. Rather not be blown up by some magical bolt because I didn't know.
Well, nothing you need to be concerned with. There's no there's no danger to you. And
you also downplayed the trial to get in here and look at Orilyn.
Orilyn will be fine. Vash, we're not going to be explaining how all of our defenses work to you.
And I should feel safe here.
You can cut the act.
That just raises his eyebrows.
You're much safer
Does
here.
no one else really care?
Me, not really.
You're safer here than where you came from.
Melora.
Did I not copy her over? She would be here too.
Okay. Was she reacting in any way?
She's a little tense. But no, she's not like gasping at the exchange or anything like that.
She doesn't seem interested. She didn't seem interested. Vash asked, like, what are the defenses?
She was like listening, but she's not. I mean, she's slightly interested.
She's not invested.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Whatever.
Basically, Agape says, "Well, you've seen the place now. I suppose we'll. Do you know which areas you all would like to stay in?"
Your rooms.
I think me and Melora will stay on the third floor.
Okay. And the rest of you?
Orilyn already went back downstairs.
Yeah, Vash just starts walking downstairs without answering.
All right. So it looks like.
I don't mind staying in the stables.
All right. Sha'ah wants to stay in the stables. Okay. Let's see. Fourth floor, there wasn't anything that anybody wanted to stay in, I don't think. I just want to check. Yeah, okay. And then third floor.
Orilyn is staying in Oh, now I'm stuck in the circle tower, but Orlin's gonna stay in the room that Faye is in.
That's weird.
Still stuck.
I've got Orlin in the square tower on the 3rd floor, but for some reason
There's probably 2 tokens.
no.
Wait, what? No.
It's just that it didn't transfer for some reason. Try refreshing, Ella. I'm gonna try refreshing the audience feed because it's. Oh no,
Yeah, Vash is also stuck in the round library area.
There's nobody there on the 3rd floor on my screen. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right floor. Oh, that's because
Actually, on the 2nd floor now.
I'm looking at the wrong floor. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong floor.
Wait. No, we're on the 3rd floor.
Yeah. There you go. There, you guys should all be in
the 3rd floor or the 4th floor?
This is the 3rd.
This is the 3rd, yeah.
With the chapel.
The 4th was the stage and theater area. So staying on the 3rd floor, we have Orilyn, who is getting this room with Faye, right? Odayn, were you staying on this floor?
I meant the 2nd floor.
Okay.
The one where I took the key from.
Okay. Who else was staying on this floor? Just Orilyn.
Anybody?
Just Orilyn. Okay, so I'll delete the rest of you guys from this floor.
Actually, I'll stand in the hallway on this floor.
Okay. And I'll pull
just wherever I can be the most in the way. Probably
right in front of Orlin's door.
3 rooms, a door, and some stairs. That's
Okay. Yeah.
You could stand right here, like
I could
next to the. Oh.
He's like, no, that'd be a little more out of the way. He's like, I don't want to be out of the way. All right.
They might move me if I'm in the main intersection. You know?
They just pick you up and move you.
Let's go right there.
Alarm.
All right, 2nd floor. As soon as it loads. All right, so Orlin's not here. Faye's not here. Lyram's
Me and
not
Melora are gonna be here.
All right.
Vash and Ishu up here.
Are you guys sleeping in the same bed, Odayn?
I mean,
Is there enough
Dane
room?
wouldn't care. But Melora doesn't sleep. He knows that. So it might just be awkward for her.
All right. Just let me know if you try to make
Does Odayn still sleep even though he knows what he is now?
Odayn,
He's still a human?
He is still human, yeah. He is still human. It's part of the trade-off of becoming immortal again, is you have to eat and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. So we got Vash and Ishu in a room. We got Odayn and Melora in a room. And Sha'ah's going to be in the stable. Let me get rid of this extra map.
How to split the party. Give them multiple rooms on different floors.
I thought about having Vash say something, but...
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised you guys split up, to be honest. I thought you guys would want to stay together for safety.
Vash thinks it's a terrible idea, but he also has
Odayn feels safe right now.
And then Sha'ah's all alone in the stables.
Which stable is the best stable, Sha'ah?
Yeah, which one? Which one?
Wait, I think door number with a lot of hay. I think this one is the best.
Okay, yeah. Interesting.
Wait,
next to water,
right next to the door. That's weird.
The straw is right next to the door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Right in front of the door. Actually.
Oh, that's the door. Yeah.
In there, yeah.
Maybe like hidden over here.
Where are you? We can't see.
He just went into the
Go on
next.
the last one.
The next.
Okay, that's one I would choose. Oh, over here. Okay. Yeah, because it's around the corner of the door. Yeah.
And I could peek if somebody's like I can even see this area here.
Well, we're all set. We're totally safe now.
There are no windows in this? Oh no.
No, there's no
Alright,
windows in the
Well,
stable.
it's a
Not in the
stable, so it's not like it's a full door. It's just like a half door
Yeah, that's true.
for a
Yeah.
horse to poke its head out of.
Anybody can come and just peer over the door.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't
Unless
mind.
it's like a more
He
modern
just
stable,
sleeps.
because some of the more modern stables, they have a top and bottom door, and then just during the day, they open the top door.
That's true.
Ooh. All right. So,
Sorry, are we boring you?
no, I'm sleep deprived.
With our stable,
it's-
stable top.
It's been one of those weeks where I haven't been sleeping very well. Like I've had time, I just haven't been able to sleep. So at some point Agape just like kind of leaves you all to it, and he's like, well, I've got some things to tend to. I'll be checking on the master. If you guys need anything, just give me a yell. Also the guards can help you.
Wait, you can?
We're just supposed to yell.
Can you hear us at anywhere we are,
If you-
Agape?
If you say my name, I'll be able to hear you.
So the whole time we were in the city and we were talking about you, you heard everything we said about you?
No. It only works in this place. Bit of
Oh,
a caretaker.
so it's like limited Nurnum abilities.
Well, I think Nurnum's abilities are perhaps a bit stronger. You see, the Arcana can hear you or see you pretty much anywhere in the world. So as long as
But
you're on
not
that
here, surely.
No, as long as you're on that plane of existence, they can.
Does Odayn know that now?
Yeah, you probably would know that actually, yeah. Like maybe it's one of those things where you don't realize you know it until Agape says it, and then it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah. How did I forget?
Yeah. Like if yeah, you're like, of course I knew that. It's almost like when you like wake up from a dream and you can't remember what the dream was, and then later on in the day something happens that reminds you, and you're like, oh yeah, how did I forget that?
Like a deja vu sort of thing.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys are gonna be left to do what you want to do for a day or two or so. You'll also be able to trade downstairs if you want to go downstairs and talk to Henry. If you're looking for like magic items or just anything in general. If you guys really want to go exploring, I remember Faya saw something else in the basement besides that hot area. There was like a potions. There was like a storage area that you saw down there where I remember describing a bunch of potions laid out. So if you want to go looking for stuff like that, you can. There might also be hidden areas that they didn't show you. Some of them might not be so easy to find though. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys do? We'll assume you take the rest of the day to do things. Do you just settle in for a long rest, or do you plot to get into the dungeons? Like, what are you all doing?
Doesn't sound like us.
I mean, I gave you the option.
Vash has a bunch of
I-
stuff he wants to do, so it just depends
Yeah.
on what everyone else wants to do.
I
Yeah.
think Odayn's gonna stay in the room for a bit because he wants to talk to Melora about stuff.
Okay. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to wait? And see
It depends on everyone else what they all want to do.
The bathing room had locks, right?
Yeah, I mean, it would.
I
have
would assume
locks.
so. Yeah.
Okay. I think Orilyn would go into the bathing room and like lock the doors and just take a long bath and then go and lock herself in her room after she's done.
Okay. All right. So you take a long, sad bath. Do you play like some sad music while you're in there? Like put on a CD or whatever?
Not it looks like those tubs are huge, so she like probably floats in the tub and thinks, because Vash mentioned that maybe she'll do a sermon on Oberon, so now she's thinking about if she did one, like how would it go?
Jeez.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Do you bring like a bottle of wine in there with you or anything like that?
Nah.
Okay, all right.
Nah.
Can we hear in our room that someone has gone into the bath?
Yeah, you probably hear like
The
the
walls
door.
are thick, but I don't know about the door.
Yeah, you might hear the door open and close if she uses this door to go in. Your perception's pretty high, and you're right across the hall. So
Before she went in there, she wrote on a piece of paper, "Leave me alone," occupied, and hangs it on the door. And then
Does it seem
and
like someone who
slams it
doesn't
shut.
hear as well would be able to hear? Or is
Uh,
that purely because Vash has pretty good ears?
well, I mean, you're right across
Vash
the
is
hall.
more interested on how soundproof the door is.
Like the door itself, not super soundproof. I mean, you're like Ishu probably hears it too. With you guys being right across the hall. If it was like on the other side of the building or something, that'd be a different story. But sound works as you would expect sound to normally work. So, assuming she's not really trying to be quiet, you probably would hear like her shuffling around and the door open and close, and maybe the water running. Because there would be like some kind of plumbing for these baths, I would think, because they're hot baths. So,
Magical plumbing.
yeah, magical, yeah. Or it's heated up by like whatever's in the basement or whatever, like a furnace or something. Yeah, I mean, it would be relatively audible, I suppose, normally audible.
So Orilyn is bathing.
Yeah. What are the rest of you guys doing? What are you and Ishu doing, Vash?
I have a few things. I was going to send you a list in a minute.
Okay. Odayn's talking to Melora. Orilyn takes a bath.
I
in
just
the
realized-
shower.
like
Go ahead.
I just realized there's a window here. I think Orilyn would have asked Fea to stand guard outside the window.
Jeez, you are paranoid. My God.
All right, let me grab the.
It's probably got like curtains or something. Like
it would,
you know.
likely.
Oh, then never
Close
mind.
the
Never mind.
curtains.
She'll close the curtains and she'll let Fea just explore as Fea.
You are on the second floor, but still. Oh God.
Well, I'll copy.
That does remind me. Vash closes the curtains on our room.
I'll sure. Man, you guys are real paranoid. I'll put Fea there, and you can move Fea around if you want to, or do whatever. All right, Sha'ah, are you just gonna spend the night in the stables, not get up too much?
He's putting on the serum that he just bought.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
All right, so you put on the serum. Make a Constitution save.
Oh no!
Fantastic.
I'm gonna use my inspiration in this.
Are you sure you want to use your inspiration on this?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
we need it for?
Constitution. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Let's see. Long hair Sha'ah.
Okay, it's 21. All right. So the when you put it on, it kind of like feels really cool and tingles a bit, almost like icy hot or something like that. There's like a tingling sensation that seeps into the skin. It fades relatively quickly though, like after 5 minutes or so. The serum itself is kind of almost like greasy, I suppose. Like it's thick and kind of oily. And yeah, I mean, you're not completely shaved there, right? Like, there's probably still a little bit of stubble where you cut that. So yeah, like it soaks into the short hair that's still there. Yeah, I mean it's feels not bad. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Do you you just let it take effect and get a sleep?
Yeah, throughout the night, and then he gets his Z's.
Okay. So we see you like sleeping, and there's like some straw that's stuck to your side from maybe you like rolling over at some point, and it gets into the the serum and kind of like sticks on you. Yeah, they're counting Sha'ahs for you. Either he's gonna wake up bald or he's gonna wake up with his room full of wool. We will see. We will see what happens.
The latter, please. The latter.
All right. So Odayn, you're sitting in your room with Melora. What are you all talking about?
Melora, I wanted to ask you a question. When you lost your memories, how did you manage to sift through all the memories when you got it all back? Because I don't know what happened to you, but when I went through the test, I sort of remembered everything just came back to me all at once.
She says, well, I to be honest, one thing that's helped me the most is meditation. That many memories at one time it's kind of difficult to process. So
I mean, I remembered a few things. I sort of relived me jumping from heaven. And I vaguely remember falling into your lap. Good Boy was there too, but I don't know what happened to him. I remember one lifetime I made you that house, I made you that pool for you, but everything else sort of it's a big mess, Melora, and I can't focus on one thing. Everything's all over the place. You said meditation would help?
it did with me, but it's entirely possible that it's too many memories for a human mind.
Is there anything that you I don't I'm trying to hold it together right now, to be honest, but I don't know how.
She says, have you ever meditated before?
I think I don't think so. The nature of the fool sort of just has me wander from thought to thought, and I think meditation it doesn't lean that way. If you understand
Yes,
what I'm trying to say,
I think so. But
can you show me how?
yeah, she nods. And she basically like sits down on the bed, kind of like pulls her legs in, kind of sits like cross-legged, and she like motions her hand to you for you to like do the same thing.
Yeah, Dan's gonna follow her lead.
And she places like her hands on the palms of or palms of her hands on her knees, and she says, the first thing is to pay attention to your breathing. And she kind of like takes exaggerated breaths, kind of long breaths. Ideally, you're wanting to clear your mind, but starting out, it's easier to focus it on the breathing.
So you just breathe
She
And he
goes.
takes like a deep breath
She goes.
and then exhales.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
And yeah, we see you both like sitting in this room doing this. And she says, so just focus on the sound of your breathing, the way it feels to inhale and exhale. And her voice starts to like catch a sort of like cadence, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, think about the air making its way into your lungs, running through your veins to your muscles, restoring energy to your body. Pay attention to your breath.
Okay. Is what am I supposed to see?
Stop talking.
Oh, okay. I breathe in and out.
Try to focus on remaining in the present moment. Don't think about the past or the future. Anchor yourself here, now. Any purpose that you're currently focusing on. Patience is key. Thoughts will wander in. You want to shut them out. Anything.
Dane's gonna try to focus on the first time he met Melora, because he remembers falling out of heaven, but he doesn't remember exactly what happened when they first met.
What did she just tell you? Make it wisdom
No,
save.
he's not saying that out loud. He's thinking it.
Yeah, I know. She just told you not to think about the past, though. Make a wisdom save.
Lovely.
Yeah, you're not doing good at this.
Yeah.
You do think about when you met Melora. So go on.
But everything's cloudy, and he remembers the first time he met her, or really saw her, and he was sort of confused because I think this would be the first time he would have been in the material world, correct? When he falls down.
Yeah, when you first met. So we see you guys sitting on the bed, and then there's like a flashback scene where we cut back to you, where we saw you falling out of heaven, basically when you leapt from the window, and we see you plummeting through the sky, and you're falling for a very long time before the world even comes into view. The dog that leapt with you is nowhere in sight at this point. And you're falling and falling. And it seems like it's never going to end. And then there's a splash of water. Cold all around you. Probably the first time you've actually felt cold that you can remember. Or any kind of uncomfortableness, pain.
Mm-hmm.
Your body needs oxygen, but you don't recognize that feeling. You don't understand it. And you sink deeper into the water, not realizing even that you're supposed to swim. Just you're so in awe of all these new sensations. The cold, the wetness, the feeling of floating. And then everything goes to black. And then you wake up on a beach. Suddenly, as water comes spurting out of your lungs, you start coughing it up. Your awareness suddenly back to you, your mind, your brain really filling with blood as you regain consciousness, maybe a bit lightheaded. and holding you up on the shore, turning you over at this point so you can spit up the water in your lungs. We see Melora just sort of looking at you, kind of in awe, I suppose. The look on her face is like, what is this thing? Like curiosity, kind of.
Odayn's like exasperated. He like, and he like looks around and he's like, he's Melora's like, who are you?
And she kind of like tilts her head at you slightly, and then the memory goes fuzzy again, because you failed your save.
Right.
And then you're back in the room. We see you guys sitting back in the room trying to meditate. And you've got your eyes closed still, but Melora is like staring at you. And she says, you've got to try harder. It's discipline. It's mental discipline. You got to calm the mind.
Odayn's gonna squeeze his eyelids tighter. He sort of tenses up. His body tenses up, trying to like really hard to focus on not thinking. But that's not his forte. So I think he's focusing really hard on attempting to not think, but it's not doing so. He's not doing so well.
Make another wisdom save. Ella says, I thought the fool was good at not thinking.
He's good at not thinking, but not good at focusing.
Yeah. And so we see you like try again as you squint your eyes way harder than you should. We see like maybe your knees shaking from like impatience, kind of like that tapping your foot kind of shaking. And we see like Melora staring at you again, almost like the look on her face is like she's about to be critiquing you. And then we cut to Vash and Ishu. What are the two of you doing?
Well, I would have established the mental link with Ishu.
Okay, sure.
And then I'll peek out the door and look down the hallway.
Yeah, I'm moving Odayn over here just so
I see you, Odayn.
just so we can see you guys. All right,
got him.
That's all. He's not really there.
Okay. I see no one is in the hallway.
Yeah. You peek out the door. Nobody's there.
Okay. And then through the link, I'll just go. You're pretty transparent.
What? What do you mean?
You want to get in the dungeon?
You want to get in the dungeon?
I do. So we're gonna get in there tonight.
Okay. What's the plan?
That's why I like you, Ishu. Well, first, when's the last time you had a bath?
I don't do that.
Yeah, you're gonna do that because you stink. And for my plan to work, you can't stink.
Why?
Because we're gonna go in invisible.
He like smells his armpit. I smell fine.
You can't smell it because you're you. Do you want to get in the dungeon or not?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh god, I'm not very good at those. Where's my sheet? There. Persuasion? Sure. Yeah.
Oh. I guess it'd be insight against it. His insight's not great. Okay, well, He has a -1, but he rolled a 16. So there's nothing wrong with the way I smell. Have you seen these the guards' faces? I don't even think they have noses. I don't think they'll smell me.
We're only gonna have one shot at getting in there. Do you really want to fail because they smell your arse?
I can. Well, look, I can turn invisible. I don't think I have anything to worry about.
Yep. But we're also gonna have to be quiet, which I know you're good at, and you're gonna have to not stink.
I mean, you failed to convince him to take a bath.
I will hold your head underwater.
Let's see here. He doesn't have prestidigitation. He says, "You're welcome to try."
I could burn all the dirt off of you.
He squints at you.
Ishu, you gotta work with me here. Or I'm going alone.
Fine. Take a bath as soon as Orilyn's done.
Great. While we wait, I wanted to ask, what happened to you in the trial?
Trial?
You were to get in here. The fake shit.
Oh,
I
Didn't
talked
already
about
ask
it, but
you?
you were very, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You were very cagey. It seemed like maybe you were holding something back.
No, I mean, nothing real important.
Would you like to know what happened to me?
Yeah.
If I tell you, will you tell me?
He squints at you. I don't know. Tell me first.
Okay. Vash will, through the link, tell him. Honestly, what happened. Most of it, I would say.
Tell him about the dragon.
Probably leaving out a few details. He definitely tells him about the dragon and Nurnum. And he probably just leaves out, like, he tells him the situation, but he doesn't necessarily repeat word for word everything that was said.
Is there anything you want to
Like,
keep from him?
I think it's not so much keeping something from him as just not mentioning it.
Okay, well, I need to know what Ishu knows about. So if there's
He would
anything
know
what
that
do you
I
not
showed up in a
mention?
tower. Nurnum was there. He tried to teach me how to like meditate, which seemed useless. He would know that we were talking. I'm trying to remember what we were talking about in the beginning. Basically, he is just avoiding telling Ishu specifically what the plan is, as far as Nurnum and Vash's plan.
So no,
But he's giving him the overview of, like, I met an Arcana.
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of like, wow, like an actual dragon. That's pretty cool. What it looked like.
It was massive.
How big?
About 50, 60 kobolds.
That's a lot of kobolds. Yeah, there's like I saw a dragon too, but you don't tell him anything about the we're taking down Arcana.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that Vash doesn't like. Unless he asks, he doesn't specifically say that.
And you certainly don't tell him anything about what Nurnum said about Ishu, right? What was kind of
I'm trying to remember what that was.
insinuated there. I guess maybe it wasn't really said directly.
There was some,
but more.
Yeah,
like
it was
hinted
like
at.
there's some similarities drawn.
Yeah.
Between Vash and Nurnum's friend and Vash's friend.
Okay.
But I don't think it was ever said.
So he's like, really? It took him that long to breathe? There's no way. There's no way he could do that. Hold his breath for that long. I don't believe it. And
that's the part of the story that you're going to focus on?
Well, I mean,
really?
the dragon's kind of cool though. But why do you think it? Why do you think it like did it try to kill you guys? What was that?
I'm not sure if he was trying to kill us or just showing off. You know how dragons are.
Dicks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Vash
Well,
has no idea what dragons are like.
yeah, yeah. No, you're.
He's
like
just
that.
going along with it.
And yeah, and he's like, well, I saw a dragon too. It was like I was inside a volcano, and there was this feeling like a foreboding feeling, like a sense that I was about to be punished for something, I guess.
Punished? Why do you think you were going to be punished?
I don't know. It was like I disobeyed or something. It was more of like a feeling than anything. And it just seemed like
All right.
the dragon that was there was really angry.
How big was your dragon?
I never saw all of it. Just mostly an eye.
You just
There's a lot of smoke. It was hard to breathe. And I just knew that I wasn't going to make it out. That there wasn't anything I could do. And I saw its mouth open, and he like stretches out his hands like as wide as he can. Real wide. And then everything went to black, and I woke up downstairs.
Well, I'm just using my passive insight, but it seems like everything he said is true.
I mean, yeah, he's being pretty honest about it.
And he never said anything. You don't know why you felt like you were going to be punished. It just felt like you did something wrong.
Yeah, but I don't know what it was. And the last thing I felt before I woke up was, I think, look, I know what cooked kobold smells like. And
I'm not going to even ask.
I'm pretty sure that's what I smelled. It's not bad, really. It's actually kind of delicious. So kobolds, the meat does this thing when you cook them. He starts going into detail about
I'll wait for him to say a little bit and then interrupt him. It must have felt pretty bad feeling helpless.
Yeah, I guess. But, I mean, it's... I guess I'm just getting used to feeling that way.
Vash looks confused. Why?
Well, I mean, we've been pretty helpless a lot of times. Couldn't do
Had some rough going, but...
Well, couldn't save Tim or Cletus. Seems like every step forward is 2 steps back, kind of thing.
Can't save everyone, Ishu. You can only save the ones who can help themselves a bit.
Well, I don't try to save everyone, but it would be nice if, like, when I try to save someone, it actually works out for a change.
You've saved me?
When?
Trying to remember. I know there was actually time he saved Vash. During the frog fight, what are they called? Slod? It was either during the Slod fight or during the fight with the Chaos Beasts. I think he helped Vash somehow.
Maybe he did. You try it. He doesn't seem to believe it. You're gonna try to convince him, or you're gonna try to persuade him? Hey, you
I don't think Vash is. I'm not trying to persuade him. I'm just. It is very obvious that Vash actually believes this.
Yeah, but he's got a similar thing going on as Orilyn right now. He's just trying not to show it.
Okay. I will. Go on. I'm gonna look for some.
Yeah, he's like I haven't been very useful. I know that.
What the? I count on you more than any of the others, because you're actually smart.
He goes, you're just saying that because I do what you say.
It is nice that you actually listen, but no. You're smarter than you give yourself credit for, Ishu. You're just naive.
Yeah, well, kobolds can make good traps, but they're not that smart.
She looks confused. Like waits for him to make a point with that. Was there a point to that?
No, he doesn't make a point. He's like, I'm not. He's basically saying, I know I'm not that smart. It's okay, kind of thing.
You're very clever, Ishu. Maybe not smart, but very clever.
Well, I'm decent with magic, I guess.
More than decent. I don't think we can get in the dungeons without you. I don't have any way to turn people invisible.
Oh, I get it. So you need my help getting in there. That's what this is about.
I do need your help. I don't want to kill him.
Why?
What? Why what?
Why don't you want to kill him?
Because I don't think the people are that bad. I haven't seen anything bad from them yet. They seem... I'm not sure. Better than the usual sort.
They seem to be... Well, they have their priorities in check, I guess.
Exactly. They're not worried about petty fucking inns, and they're focused on important things.
Yeah, he nods. Ella, would it be fair to say that Orilyn leaves the baths around this time?
How long would you say it's been?
Maybe like half an hour to an hour.
She's probably still in there.
Okay.
Hey, it's fair.
Hey, this water is heating up magically. Like
Right, it never goes cold. It's amazing.
It's like hot springs levels.
Yeah.
There's like steam coming off of it and stuff.
It's been way too long since I've been in a hot spring. That sounds great.
I used to, like when I was a kid, we stayed in Alaska for a while, and we went to these hot springs there that were awesome. And I remember being a kid and sitting in the hot springs, and like my eyelashes had gotten wet and they froze. And like I remember like pulling my hand up to my eyes. It was like I felt something like an itch or something, and like eyelashes just broke off in my hands.
Oh god!
Oh my gosh! Wow.
You don't realize it because you're in the hot spring and it's so warm, but so yeah, so she's like kind of looks towards the door and he's like, she takes really long baths, huh?
It's alright, there's plenty of things to figure out. We're gonna need some kind of distraction, even if we are invisible. I think that they might be able to at least sense our presence anyways.
Well, look, you said that these people, they're good, so why are we causing trouble for him by going down there?
What is good, Ishu? Can you define it for me?
No.
Because there is no definition for good or bad.
So, what's our goal, is all I'm saying.
Just a sneak past. We don't want to cause any trouble. We just need to see what they're... Might be important. Maybe it won't be. Maybe we'll sneak past and find something that's interesting and we'll come back.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't like things I don't know.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I don't know. This place seems too nice.
Exactly. Too good to be true, it usually is.
Yeah, he nods.
But we don't necessarily want to cause any issues and make the meeting with... And when he says the master through the link, he rolls his eyes for Ishu to see. The master any more difficult than it has to be. We are going to need his help one way or another.
Okay.
So we're on the same page?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I will summon the spirit right between us.
All right.
Without the fiery explosion.
Yeah, you can do that. Should be able to just pull it onto the map.
Learn, yeah, and learn what it experienced telepathically, I assume fairly quickly.
Yeah.
And I will share that info with Ishu.
Okay.
And Vash will seem kind of... He'll go and sit on the bed and seem kind of deep in thought. And plan out what exactly we're going to do to get in there. Unless Ishu keeps talking.
No, I think he just kind of observes you. Like, he watches what you're doing. And that's probably where we end that scene. So that goes on until whenever Orilyn leaves the bath.
One comes out. Yep.
Yeah. And then he'll go take a bath. And then he'll come back.
So you did manage to persuade him to take a bath in the end.
Yeah,
the only told him I'd burn him.
Yeah, the thing that convinced him was when you were like, "I'll go without you" or something like that. I'll do it alone or something like that. He's like, "No, I'm going, so I'll take a bath if I have to." Odayn, you failed twice in a row, buddy. I don't think the meditation is going to help very much.
Fine. I didn't think it would either.
It might have if you rolled a little bit better. That being said, as we move forward, you can always like remember things. If something comes up and we're like, yeah, this is how that thing works, then we can be like, yep, Odayn, you do know this. However, mechanically, until there's some kind of success, nothing is going to change.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's a similar thing, Vash doesn't realize it, but there's a similar thing going on with him. Nurnum told him to practice meditation every day. He said he did it for an hour at dawn when he first started learning. That's up to Vash whether he wants to do that or not.
I've not done that yet. Yeah. That is probably what I do when Ishu goes to the bath.
Okay. Sure.
Although I don't think it'll be an hour because Ishu seems like he'll get in and out quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. He's going to take as short of a bath as he can. Like, I would be surprised if he even gets fully submerged.
I will absolutely sniff test him when he comes back to make sure he doesn't smell and send him back if he does.
I was about to say, knowing Ishu, he would go in and he would come back and still smell his name.
And then come back. Yeah.
Do you guys know what a dirty reptile smells like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It smells like fishy, kind of. Smells like a fish.
Unfortunately, yes.
Depends on the reptile, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
It can get bad.
So he probably smells a little bit better, but it's definitely not like he's not like squeaky clean. I mean, this is Ishu we're talking about.
So I will try to meditate while he goes the first time, and then I will ask him to come back in the second time.
Yeah, and you guys had to wait about two or
wash
so
him.
hours before Orilyn left the bathroom.
All right.
I will take some like herbs and stuff, and like very mellow scented herbs to help mask his.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's the thing, though, is you don't want him to smell too
Exactly.
good, too, because then he could smell, like, good, and they'll smell it.
Yep.
All right. So what does Orilyn do for the rest of the night once she leaves the baths? Just hang out in her room?
Yeah, she's working on something.
Okay. So at some point you take Ishu in there and you scrub him down. And you know, he's annoyed for sure. This is not a pleasant thing. It's like bathing a cat, right? Like it's really a pain in the butt. And there's times where he's kind of like fighting you. He's like splashing you with the water, trying to get you to stop. There's
Like, that part doesn't need to be scrubbed, but it actually does.
yeah.
Hold still, Ishu. No, God damn it, Ishu.
And there's like bits of his scales that have dried but haven't peeled, and so like you're scrubbing off bits of dead skin and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, he's a mess. But he's basically a feral animal, so that's the way it do. I don't think he he tries to like literally attack you or anything like that. Yeah, I don't think he does. No, he casts Disintegrate on you. No, he doesn't do any of that.
Shit. That's a wisdom save.
It's not a wisdom save. Disintegrate? No. Yeah. I guess you couldn't counterspell it though. So
no, I can't. I don't have that.
I'll have to keep that in mind. But yeah. I mean, you get him relatively clean enough. I suppose. Like he doesn't. It's not a smell you're gonna pick up unless you're like right on him. So that's good. He is now clean. He is a clean Ishu. And he probably like once he gets dressed, he's like using his cloak of billowing to kind of like air dry for a while.
Sure. Why not?
Until you guys end up settling back in. Now I'm guessing the plan is to wait until everyone goes to sleep.
Yeah. So, I'm considering. I'm actually going to ask Ishu. The horse, remember, don't say his name, said that we might be waiting a couple of days. Do you have, are you strong enough to make both of us invisible today? Should we plan for this tomorrow?
Let me check his spell slots.
If we do wait for tomorrow, I might be able to prepare a few things to help that I don't have available today.
Huh.
Or we could go to bed very early and wake up in the middle of the night.
Can you upcast greater invisibility?
Don't know. No.
Then he can only make himself invisible because he doesn't keep invisibility prepared because he uses greater invisibility.
Right. So if he tells me that, then I will ask him, can you be ready to do it tomorrow?
I mean,
I just like swap a spell.
But all my spells are important. Like,
do you not want to go down into the dungeon?
well,
Or would you rather go alone?
I mean, I could probably do it alone.
I really don't feel like that's a good idea, Ishu.
But, well, I'll be more invisible than if, you know, it just did regular invisibility. That's not all that cool. Anybody can do that.
I don't think that's how that works. And actually, if we wait until tomorrow, I can muffle our sounds. We'll be very sneaky.
Fine. What should I get rid of? Do you think we'll need to charm anyone?
Possibly, yeah.
Well, I want to have my shield ready to go. No,
Wait, it's just second level spell, isn't it? Invisibility?
That's second level, yeah. But he has to trade off another spell for it, like it's ready to go. So basically, I'll tell you what he has.
Right, you can trade other stuff, yeah.
He has Charm Person, Shield, Scorching Ray, Suggestion, Counterspell, Fireball, Dimension Door, Wall of Fire, Greater Invisibility, Seeming, Hold Monster, and Disintegrate. Those are his
Seeming, Hold Monster, and Disintegrate. Probably tell him to get rid of Hold Monster. Well, yeah.
How is he switching out spells? Sorcerers can't prepare spells.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be able to do this, but we've kind of been doing this with the issue for a while now.
There was a UA that let sorcerers do it.
There's like a special UA
before
feat.
Tasha's came out that we used originally.
It only lets them switch out one though, right? Like it doesn't.
Right, one per day. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work like clerics where they can reset their whole list.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're wanting him to trade out Hold Monster?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, he's like, barely ever works anyways. Fine. Okay.
So, how about we go and get something to eat?
Yeah.
There ought to be some food around this joint.
Now you're talking.
We'll fill up, we'll go to bed, we'll get up early. And remember, not a word of this to anybody. Not out loud, not anything. Don't even think the horse's name.
Okay, all right. Let's see how he does with that. Okay, not terrible.
Pretty good.
So you're like, don't even say the horse's name. And he kind of like squints really hard, trying not to think about it. Or you're like, don't even think the horse's name. I'm trying not to think about it. All right.
Why don't you tell me more about how kobold tastes? Not that I'm not interested, but keep your mind off of it.
Oh, do you think they have some in the kitchen?
I hope not.
Maybe see you guys like step out. Just for the record, when you get to
lock the door behind us.
Yeah. When you guys do get to the kitchen,
no, leave Wildfire Spirit in the room.
All right. Maybe I can just like transfer you guys over. I don't think we need to for this.
We don't necessarily need to RP it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean we can kind of RP
something.
it. I don't know if we need the map. But there, when you get to the kitchen, there's a female fire Eladrin who is cooking.
Summer Eladrin?
Summer Eladrin, yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Who's cooking. And so whatever you guys request, she makes and brings to you guys. She's not really conversational. She's friendly, like she's not rude, but she doesn't like try to talk to you guys or anything. She kind of leaves you guys to your own. So you guys get your food. Okay. Ishu probably asks for kobold because he's thinking about it. And she's like, sorry, we don't have any kobold. And he's like, what kind of meats do you have? And then she's like, well, we have got some sausages. There's some venison. You know, then we have a few hunks of like mutton and beef and stuff like that. There's some chicken as well. And he ends up going with the sausages, like blood sausage. He's like, oh, blood sausage. I never had that. And so he gets that.
Not what you think, Ishu. That's fine. Do you have haggis
No. Haggis, really?
I was gonna feed it to Ishu.
No, that was her. She was surprised
Oh,
that you.
okay.
She was surprised that you asked for it. I was also kind of surprised.
Uh,
What is
yeah,
haggis
Vash asked
actually?
for food.
I've heard it.
It's. I have to look it up. I don't know the actual
Like
thing, and I will
sheep?
get it wrong.
It's sheep intestine.
Pudding composed of the liver, heart, and lungs of a sheep, minced and mixed with beef or mutton, and oatmeal, and seasoned with onion, cayenne pepper, and other spices. Yeah. And then
So
packed into a sheep's stomach and boiled.
there's this moment where she's like, "No, we don't have any haggis, but I understand a friend of yours is staying in the stables. Perhaps." And then she kind of grins and she goes, "Oh, I'm just kidding." And she laughs.
Oh, that was actually a decent idea, but that's fine. No, I don't want to disturb him, anyways.
Yeah, she goes back to cooking. What do you end up asking for since they don't have haggis?
I probably like some potatoes, some beef strips, and some type of gravy or something kind of simple.
Okay. Yeah. So she prepares it. Let's see. Let me take a look at the layout. That's on the first.
I just want to feed.
What
Ishu
Vash is
haggis.
trying to say is that he wants poutine, but it might not have been invented yet.
So you guys like wait in the like the lounge area or the dining area while she's cooking?
I guess while she's cooking, yeah. We're probably gonna take the food back to the rooms. but-
Yeah. I mean, it's probably gonna take like 15, 20 minutes at least. Yeah, you hear her like humming to herself while she's cooking the food. And she brings it out. You guys can take it and head back up to the room.
Does anyone else? Do I see anyone else wandering or anything while we're out?
There are some guards downstairs still. They kind of stay down there. I mean, it's only one floor down, so there's not like you're going and looking around the whole keep. If you look out the windows, you probably see a couple guards pacing along the walls.
Are there other Eladrin, or is this the only Eladrin I've seen?
This is the only
And everyone else is
Eladrin.
people.
This is the only Eladrin you've seen since getting here, for sure. Probably since that Feywild demiplane. I don't think you've seen any other Eladrin since then, besides Orilyn, obviously. But
Forgive me for saying it, but you don't really fit in here.
yeah, she grins and she goes, "Well, neither do you, or you." And she looks at Ishu and she says that.
Yeah, but our stay is temporary. It seems more like you're the cook here.
I manage the hearth.
How'd you swing that?
Well, I applied for the job and there was an opening.
The people don't eat particularly, do they?
What, our people?
No, the people.
Oh, the people. Well, no, but guests require food, and you know,
So
I
they probably don't make good cooks.
No,
They don't eat.
I wouldn't think so.
That explains your presence.
Yeah, the master eats too.
What does he like to eat?
Well, he eats a lot of fish, and fruits, and that kind of thing. He loves these the blackberries, I think they're called. And she like holds up her hands and tries to like make this shape. They're these little berries that are sort of covered with all these strange nodules, I guess is the best way to describe it. Yeah, and she just like gives you a description of a regular blackberry.
How often do you see him?
Well, not very often, I suppose. Usually pops in once every couple of weeks or so.
Pops into the kitchen or pops into this whole area?
Well, the kitchen, he has his own quarters.
Right. You're saying he only eats once every few weeks.
Well, he's not always here. Perhaps he doesn't need to eat that often, or he just does it because he likes to eat from time to time. I'm not even certain if he needs the nourishment, to be honest.
He just likes your cooking. Or preparation if it's fruits.
Yeah, there's kind of like a, oh, thank you for the compliment look on her face. She can like bows slightly. Yeah, perhaps.
What are your impressions of him?
Well, he seems like a person who has a lot of weight on their shoulders. He seems like a good man. He has good intentions, I think. Often fairly serious, but his mood can change at the flip of a dime. It's sometimes he's somber, sometimes he's joking at things that might seem inappropriate. Troubled, I think. Yeah, you know what the expression means. Whatever. Odayn, dimes exist? The turn of a copper, I guess.
Flip of a coin, you mean?
Flip of a coin. Thank you. That's the expression I was looking for.
Does he seems to, is he very haughty, full of himself?
No. Why would you think that?
Well, I mean, look around. He's obviously got a lot of power.
What do you think master means? He doesn't call himself that because he's master of people or even this domain.
I think he's quite literally the master of the people.
It's not the same thing. You're thinking of master as like an owner or like a slave master, perhaps. The reason he uses the word comes from like a teacher. It's a different meaning.
Right. Okay. What does he teach? How is he enlightening people? How has he helped you specifically? I'm just curious. You say he's a good man. Why do you say that?
He's giving me a place that's safe.
Worthy, yeah.
I mean, the Feywild.
I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm just asking why you think he's good.
I've heard bits about what he's done for the people and other worlds. It seems like he tries to help wherever he goes. Problem is, not everyone wants your help. And, well, it seems like he's lived through a lot. There's been a few times I've seen him, he seemed fresh back from an outing. A couple times wounded, even. He's not all powerful. But
very well.
That's just the impression I get.
Seems like he pulls ahead, though.
I suppose.
And he seems fairly generous.
He does.
Oh, and I look forward to meeting him.
Good. Now, would you two like some wine or ale or anything to go with your meal?
I'll wait for Ishu to respond.
What kind of wine do you have? Well, we have an aged, what's the name for a wine? I don't know. I don't drink. I don't drink at all. We have an aged Pinot Grigio with a hint of almond. And he's like, what? I don't, he's like interrupting. I don't care about how old it is. You said blackberries are pretty good. You got any blackberry wine? Oh, yes, of course I do. She like hands him a bottle or whatever. Like
just one cup, Ishu.
1 cup. You gotta. I heard you gotta drink the whole bottle. That's the way it works, right, lady? And,
All right, fine. You can drink. I'll just get like juice or something.
Okay. All right.
Ishu's gonna have a hangover in the morning.
I'm absolutely, as soon as we get to the room, I'm taking the bottle away from him and reminding him that we need to be
ready to go.
sober and smart. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not doing it in front of her.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you guys get your bottles. You head upstairs. You get your bottle. Head upstairs. You get your food and everything. You go upstairs and eat. And yeah. I mean, Ishu drinks a little bit, but he managed to get him to
I'll let him
lay
have a
off.
glass.
Yeah. He doesn't get like wasted or anything. Anybody else want to do anything before the night comes?
What does Faya find when it goes to the stables? Is it she? I don't know what Faya is.
Faya's an it. Faya does
Okay.
not have a gender, but
It
it's
goes
okay
to
if
the
you call
stables.
it a she.
Let's take a look at the first floor and see what Sha'ah's up to. I might have to bring Odayn.
Is he either bald or fluffy?
There's also no Faya.
Yeah. Hang on. Here's Faya.
Yeah, cool.
Let me copy Odayn real quick.
At least he's not haggis.
There's Odayn. So Odayn, you and Melora spend the rest of the night, presumably trying to meditate. Does anything else happen? You get some sleep eventually?
Eventually, we just sleep.
Okay.
Does Odayn fall asleep meditating?
Probably. He gets bored of it at some point.
Yeah.
Make a insight check.
Melora thinks he's doing great for a minute and then realizes it's snoring.
Okay. Well, let me see. It's not a pass. I mean, it's not like a bad fail. So there's something. There's like a nostalgic tone that that Melora begins to pick up when you start bringing up like old memories of how you guys met and stuff like that. But that's really all you get from it.
Okay.
All right. So, what is happening at the stables, Sha'ah?
Shaw's like looking at this new item that he bought from the what is the name of the place called? Limbo City?
Lore?
Shrekeltor? Yeah, Shrek.
Yeah.
Shrek. I don't know. It's a complicated name.
I can't pronounce it. But he's like looking at this necklace with like a tooth dangling from it. And he tries to focus on it. And then like as soon as he focuses on it, he notices that parts of his hair are growing.
Yeah, it does seem a bit longer. It's probably been like an hour or 2 hours, maybe a little bit longer. Yeah, it does seem like something's starting to happen. Barely perceptible.
Probably working.
You do notice that like the hair that's growing in kind of seems like a bit auburn, kind of like an auburn, slightly more auburn color than it was.
In Auburn now. And then he tries to like lick on his teeth, like play around with his teeth, and notices that his teeth are a little sharp.
Can you link the item, or should I just take a look at your character sheet?
You can look at the character sheet.
Let's see here.
Oh, it's wool.
Are we sure? I'm not sure.
Are you sure? It's just starting to grow.
You're just gonna be a hairy sheep.
All right. Let's see here.
If that guy made it, he probably made it for the top of his head, and that is a totally different type of hair.
Where's the item on your sheet?
It's in the very bottom.
Oh, the bite? Is that it? No.
Yeah.
Oh, it is? Oh, I see. Is there a description for it?
Yeah. If you click on it.
Oh, I see. It just looks weird because it's dark mode. Well, it just comes up and it says equipped, uses resource, has an attack when I click on it.
Oh no, not that one. Try to look at the one that has like that's pink. It's in the very bottom.
I don't see anything that's pink there.
Like the ones that would say like these. What color is that? Like salmon?
Should just link it, Birds?
Oh yeah, I could just link it.
Yeah, if you could link it.
Here you go.
That's all I need is the description. Okay. You wear it, necklace grants you +1 to ability checks and saving throws. Curses you until either Harkon Lucas removes the necklace from you or you're targeted and remove curse spell or something. As long as you remain cursed, you cannot remove the necklace. Upon donning or removing a necklace, you're either attuned to it or not. You're afflicted with lycanthropy as detailed in the monster manual. The curse lasts until the dawn after the next full moon. If you're still wearing the necklace, it resets, basically. Okay. Well, there is no full moon here. But that may become a problem for you at some point. Good thing you're in an alternate dimension.
That's true.
But yeah, you still get the bonus of it. So you still get the +1 ability checks and stuff. You still get attuned to it. And you still probably have like a slight feeling. So maybe your teeth do feel a little sharper. Maybe you feel a slight craving for like raw cattle. Maybe that's why you're
What?
Yeah, like maybe you want to kill a cow and eat it, right? Like you're getting werewolf lycanthropy, right? Like there's a slight I know you're a sheep, so it's probably a strange feeling to want to slay a farm animal and eat its meat. But yeah, you have like a craving to have like warm blood running down your face.
That is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yes, it's great.
Wolf in Sha'ah's clothing.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. You have the affliction. It's just that as soon as a full moon comes out, it's gonna take over. But you don't know that. You don't. Maybe I don't know how much you know about werewolves.
No, I have no idea. I just know that I was saved by a wolf or a dog or whatever that popped up during my before coming here. The dog.
Yeah.
Or the wolf.
Sir
Yeah.
Nunos,
It was
wasn't it?
Sir Nunes is like
it's an aspect of Sir Nunes.
Right.
For sure, yeah. So
and that's what Fea sees.
Wait, so Fea sees you checking your teeth?
No, probably not that part.
Oh, okay.
there is
Just Sha'ah putting that necklace on.
There is Fea does have blind sight, right?
Yeah.
Make a perception check with Fea.
Okay, just a second. Let me find the sheet.
Oh, if
And
there
Fea
are invisible
has
people watching us, I'm gonna be
advantage.
so mad.
Yeah, I would have invisible people watching you guys. All you guys have blind sight now. Okay. Okay. You make a perception. Sha'ah seems like Sha'ah. You know, that's the first time Fea's ever rolled bad on perception. I think.
I know.
So,
About time.
So
And then
I'm assuming Fea does see the auburn wool. Is it
Yeah,
actually
Different
wool
hair.
or
Is it wool
hair?
or is it hair?
It's not
Yeah,
long.
gotta know.
It's not long enough to be able to tell yet. You're gonna have to wait.
Okay.
You're gonna have to wait till morning probably. But it does seem off color. You know, like it doesn't seem like it's growing in like it was. I think Fea would be able to see that. Probably fairly obvious.
Yeah.
Well, is Feya invisible? And
No.
oh, okay. And
It'll
probably.
its
Well,
presence by chittering at you when it
oh.
comes in.
So Sha'ah just like perceives something delectable around the area.
You gonna try eating?
But he's Shaw's just like focused on this item. So he doesn't really like care what's like around him. But he senses like something that smells good and like delectable.
It's a spectral creature. Just
It is a spectral.
And then you see Feya.
yeah. You're
It's like,
wait.
oh
is that-
shoot, the bat is here.
Something smells delicious. Is that me?
Am I the haggis? And then I bite my tongue because somebody was talking about me while this was happening.
Sheep's tongue.
Weren't they talking about haggis
Yeah.
earlier?
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
You want some haggis?
Okay. You don't try to take a swipe at Feya or anything?
No. It's just like, oh, it's one of Orilyn's friends.
Okay.
Yeah. Feya will chitter at you and then move on.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's it for the night.
So, anybody else got anything they want to do before night falls?
What the hell is Lyram doing?
That's a good question.
Lyram is just kind of sitting in the hall. Or standing in the hall, I guess. In standby.
That was on the 3rd floor. Just
Feya will
I'm gonna
come
be honest,
and
Lyram is not very interesting most of the time.
Feya will come perch on
He does a
Lyram's
lot of
head.
standing and observing.
all right. Keeping an eye out. All right. Guards don't go into your quarters areas. Like they don't go into like the 2nd floor or the 3rd floor. They do like have patrols around the perimeter, so they kind of watch the walls. They go in and out of the lower stories of some of the buildings, and definitely around the entrance to the dungeons.
Ishu, I've had a thought.
What?
This is through the mind link still. All communication through the mind link. Probably right before we're actually getting ready to fall asleep, already in bed. Do you think we could make use of the statue as a distraction?
Maybe. How?
Well, we could just tell him that there's some kind of magical music thing down there. And when he tries to go in, they'll stop him. We'll slip by.
Think it'll work? Is he naive?
I don't know. He's kind of hard to read. I'm not sure he's even I can't tell if he's a thing or not.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. He seems pretty strong though.
He is pretty strong. You might give him a run for their money. Hopefully, he won't kill any of them.
All
What do you
right.
think?
Well, I'd say it's worth a shot.
He likes you better than me, so I think maybe when we do it, you convince him.
I can try.
Yeah, just give it a shot. If it doesn't work, I'll come up with some other kind of distraction.
Okay. So you guys are gonna
Have a good night, Ishu.
Are you guys going to bed or?
Yeah. I'm trying to sleep super early so that we can wake up in the middle of the night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
And have a long rest.
yeah, everybody take a long rest then. Refresh your spells.
Question. Do we get experience?
Yeah. Everyone take 3 XP for RP. No combat.
Did you level up? Is that
Yes,
why you're
I
No.
asking?
did.
You did. Okay.
I only needed 3.
Good.
So now I need to. We only have like half an hour left in the session, right?
I know. It's crazy.
So
I thought you guys were gonna jump straight into the stuff today. I got all this stuff ready. I got other maps ready. Like I thought we were just gonna cruise through this today. You guys always surprise me.
We had so much fun exploring your maps.
Good. That's a good thing. I thought you guys were gonna come in today and be like, "Yeah, we're not really that interested in the tour. Let's just skip it." We just want to know if they have these. Put us in the nicest bedrooms. I thought you guys were gonna be like that. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are having fun checking the place out. Yeah. Okay. So you guys get 3 XP for RP. You guys can all go ahead and take your long rests, refresh your spells, your HP, all that stuff. I'm gonna do that for Ishu and Melora as well. Let me check her. She really needs some HP.
I stated correct. Weird.
What? Something wrong?
I'll figure it out. Sorry, I was talking to myself.
Since you leveled up, the difficulties of the encounters will become stronger. So, did anybody else level up? So it's just Vash and Orilyn at level 12 right now, right?
Oh, Orilyn leveled
Yeah.
up before we started the session.
Yeah. She was level 12 last session. She hit it, I think.
Yeah.
Is everyone else still 11 besides those 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let me make sure Melora's spells are refreshed.
I'm literally. I need someone else to do something because I have to choose spells and like all this stuff will take.
Well, okay.
I'm not ready.
It's fine.
Not
So
ready.
that's fine. So there was some other stuff I was wanting to do upon completing the long rest. Anyways, so we fade into like early morning, so it's still dark. You never see the sun in the sky here. You never see the moon in the sky here, but the sky just kind of changes color, and like the building and shadows and everything, those are all cast as if there was a sun in the sky, but there's not. The sky stays relatively clear and blue. There's probably like just the right amount of clouds, like almost too perfect. And the clouds are all shaped like oddly perfect shapes that you would not actually see. So big fluffy clouds, but they're always like in the distance, right? They're not ever really like blocking the sun. The temperature is always like a perfect like 68 degrees. Or something like 68 or 70. Like it's always like perfect temperature. It's never too hot. It's never too cold. The fireplaces, they tend to stay on. And they're almost like decoration. They don't get it real hot, like too hot, unless you like, want them to. Yeah. So we fade in early morning in the stables. We see Sha'ah, like waking up. And like rolling over and like we see you start to stand up, but the camera angle is like really close, right? So we don't see what's going on. We see like straw falling off of you as you get up. You see like adjusting your saddle. You like check your teeth, and then the camera starts to pan out, and we we see what has grown on your hairless spot where you put the serum the night before. And it can only be described as a very oddly sized and shaped, perfectly red dwarven beard.
Oh no!
So it's like the hair that has grown out is like human beard hair. So it's like it's like a dwarven. So it's extra thick. It's like it's the kind of it's like it's extra thick with 3 C's, it's woolly too. It's the kind of hair that you would like if you were to cut it with like a razor blade, like you're probably going to damage the razor blade, right? Like it's like trying to cut steel wool. It's like it's like really thick and like pressing your hand to it, it's almost like sharp, you know. It's yeah. So congratulations, you now have, and it grew overnight, like to full. So it's probably longer than your actual wool is.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, it like hangs off of you and drifts down towards the ground. But yeah, you got this nice red spot.
Now you're gonna have to go back to him and buy special dwarf beard shears just to get it off.
Wait, so is it a beard or is it just the
all
consistency of a beard all over him?
It's just in the spot where he put the serum on.
I thought he put it all over.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did
I
you?
did it like the whole body.
Of course he did. He's trying to grow out his wool.
Yeah.
Oh man. So the rest of your body, besides that one spot, is got the red hairs growing out of there too, but it's got, you know, your wool at the end. Kind of like when someone, you know, dyes their hair and their roots grow out.
Oh no, it's permanent. You're gonna keep growing this now.
I'm now called red.
So yeah, I mean, you almost look like a shepherd dog or something, I guess, kind of, you know, like those real big dogs that have like the long red hair, like an Irish shepherd dog or whatever, like almost like a poodle sort of.
Like an Afghan hand or something.
Yeah, like it's probably strange because it's a totally different texture and consistency than your wool was. But yeah, most of your body has the white wool at the end, and you can like cut it off, but you're still stuck with this like red beard hair all over your body.
He also notices that he has grown muscles throughout the night.
Okay, right on. You're gonna need him to carry around all that extra hair. yeah, something like that. Yeah. They're sharing pictures in the Discord. Yeah, totally. So what do you do as you realize what's happened to you? What is your reaction to this?
He's like, oh, time to weave this wool into a sweater. So he grabs some shears and then like starts like shaving or shearing actually.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't go back.
Are they just normal shears?
Yeah, it's from the weaver's tools.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you start cutting away for a while. Weaver's tool as you create clothing components. Scraps cloth. I'm just looking. Are they magical in any way?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're able to cut. You get through a decent portion of the hair, but the tools are wearing out. They're basically dulling.
Oh gosh.
Do you have anything to like sharpen them with?
Let me look at my items. I don't think I have. Oh no, that's a tinder box. No. I'll probably go to the place where Agape told us, like there's that room that changes like whichever tool you use.
Oh yeah. The yeah, you're gonna turn the room into like I guess a sheep shearing crafting room.
Yeah, sweatshop.
Okay, all right.
You're gonna make people help you.
I have to look for
Let me
mere pennies.
Let me copy you into Odayn over. Let me find the map. Is it the 4th or 5th floor? Might be the 5th. Is it 3rd? its third. All right. So here. All right. So you know Dane. Well, Dane's not really with you. It's just you. Yeah. You were able to walk into like one of these rooms or this room here. And or it could be like this room over here. But the room changes when you walk into it to like whatever kind of tools crafting area you're looking for, essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically like a bunch of cabinets appear along the walls. There's like all kinds of different sized shears. There's also like more fine scissors, things for cutting anything. There's like sickles. There's just all kinds of cutting implements.
These
You know?
sickles.
Yeah, like in case you need to like cut crops or something. There's just pretty much anything that can be used for cutting. There's probably a few swords and knives and stuff like that too. Yeah, you find all kinds of stuff in here. You just start grabbing shears. You just start cutting right here, or like, what do you do?
Yeah, I start cutting them.
Okay.
I don't want to look like this. He feels embarrassed that people might see him like this because he was thinking it will just be pure wool.
Oh, okay. Well, you do got some pure wool. Like the rest of your body still had the wool on it that was there. So you can definitely get that. So, do you remember how we did it last time when we gave you the amount of wool? Did we roll for it? I think we did. I just can't remember what we rolled.
I think we just rolled a d6. How many bags?
Okay, roll 3d6. Actually, roll
Is it?
roll 6d6. Just roll 6d6. You can roll 3d6.
All right, I'll add an extra.
First one's the wool. The second one is going to be your new hair.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
10.
Look at that. Right on. So you get about equal amounts of Dwarven red hair and as to wool, but all of that grew overnight. So awesome. That's what, 10 pounds? Is that what we said last time? Was it 10 pounds of wool and 10 pounds of hair? That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. So
That's a lot. I don't think it was pounds. I don't think we did like how heavy it is. It's just a count of like.
Oh, like, okay, that's fine. We can call it like 10 bundles or something. Yeah. You don't have to put a weight on it. Okay.
In bags full.
Yeah,
Mhm.
bags full. All right. So you cut it all off, and now you're like, we cut back. The camera fades, back into a now hairless Sha'ah. All right, and you got all these bundles of hair and wool. Are you gonna hang on to both of them?
He starts crafting clothes out of it.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna spend your morning making clothes out of your freshly cut hair.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. All right. Cool. Do you got any checks you can make? Do you got like tools checks or anything you can do?
I think it's just craft clothing over here. It has to be done in a long rest to make an outfit.
Okay. Well, that's fine. We can count this as a long rest, I suppose. That's fine. I'll let you make an outfit. Orilyn, what are you doing as the day starts?
Orilyn will have left her room, making sure to lock it just in case they're staying there another night. And then she and Fea are gonna go down to the altar that she set up for Lord Oberon, and she's gonna pray at it.
All right.
She might also start casting that one spell.
Oh, the plant growth.
Yeah.
Oh,
8-hour
nice.
Yeah, and she probably started doing this in the middle of the night because she only needs to do trance for 4 hours and then she's done. So she probably started doing this like before everybody else started waking up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right on. Let me just clear everyone else from this part of the map, except for Odayn, because he has.
I assume all of this stuff is happening after any attempt at infiltration.
Well, like
if it's morning, because we were trying to do it in the middle of the night.
Well, yeah, it was like for Sha'ah before what happened with Sha'ah, definitely. But like Ella just said, Orilyn only needs 4 hours.
Orilyn might be up in the middle of the night.
Yeah. But I think you're right. With Sha'ah, it's like pre-dawn, so it's like still dark, but it's about to start getting light. I think this y'all's thing will definitely take place before that, most likely. But yeah, so we got. Well, Odayn can't see Orilyn, so there's that. Let me move him. Oh, you're still at the. You moved back to the altar. Okay, I was like, wait, I just had your token there. Where did it go?
Oh, yeah, I moved her over there because that's where she would be.
All right, cool. All right, so you go to your altar. That only leaves Vash and Ishu and Tim. And Lyram.
Tim, buy me some time.
So, was it 3rd floor that Lyram was at? All right, Lyram on the 3rd floor. What do you do?
Is. Oh, okay.
You do.
Sorry, I forgot. Orilyn is also spring now.
Oh. Okay, no
Oh,
problem.
that quick?
Let me just grab the spring token off the start menu. Because you can change. She can change when she does a long rest.
Yes.
There it is. I was like, where is spring token on the start menu? Okay. And I'll place that in the basement as soon as Roll20 lets me, because it's being a little slow right now for some reason. It won't let me change maps. I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna try to refresh. Roll20
Oh,
is.
mine froze too, I think. Yeah, it did.
It's really being a butt right now. It's because you want to change your token.
Yeah, it doesn't want me to not be winter.
Lyram, are you able to move around if you want to do something?
Yeah, Lyram is. Actually, hang on. My Roll20 just died on me. I was before.
It happened to everybody.
And mine isn't even refreshing, so.
Yeah, mine isn't either.
Okay, now I can, but my computer's. Oh.
I only pay $10.
Their servers
a month.
must be having issues.
Yeah, it's fine.
Me too.
I only pay $10 a month for this. It's not like I expected it to work or anything.
Yeah, 1 day a week for 4 hours.
Yeah, right.
But hey, we got dark mode.
Hey, we got dark mode. It just broke everything else.
Someday my Roll20 will reload, but in the morning, Lyram will ask Faye, "What are you?"
This should go well.
You ask Faye, "What are you?" How does Faye respond?
Faye chitters and sends an image of itself. Hello?
We hear you. Faye sends you an image of itself, Tim. I see Tim
Lyram
clicking on the map.
It's just standing there trying to process. Interesting.
Okay.
That is what you are.
It is indeed.
He's just gonna keep standing there and staring awkwardly.
Okay.
Are you letting Faye just keep sitting on your head?
I don't think that Lyram cares.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, is Lyram considered a creature? He's not, right? He's a construct.
I think he's still a creature.
Creatures are
I'm still a creature.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Everything that's alive is a creature, or even like
Excellent.
in like anything that has stats is a creature, basically.
Right.
Okay, good.
Okay, I think Roll20 finally turned back on.
Yeah, it's working now.
Jeez Louise. All right. Let me put Faya back on that map now that I can actually do things. Maybe. Okay, yeah, it's working. All right. So we'll put Faya on Lyram's head. Odayn bears witness, but he's not really there. Okay. Odayn.
Fool sees all.
Now, Odayn and Melora. What are you guys doing? Did you sleep through the night? You guys don't wake up?
Yeah.
Okay.
We Melora, I don't know what she's doing, but Odayn's gonna be sleeping. To take advantage of this nice, hotel-like area, because before getting to this area, they haven't really had like great rest. They've just been out in the forest, so he'll take advantage of it as much as he can.
Okay. So we see the room dark, Odayn covered up on one of the beds, turned over, like snoring. And we see Melora like sitting in the bed across from him. She's not covered up, like the bed's still made. She's just kind of like laying on top of it, sitting up. And she's looking at him with this concerned look on her face. And then we cut to Vash and Ishu.
Okay, so hear me out. We only have 15 minutes left, and I don't want to start it yet.
It's a perfect cliffhanger, bro.
Nope.
It is. It is.
Because I'm still planning.
Well, you can get.
I need to choose my spells and everything.
You still haven't chosen.
I have been. No, I'm still choosing. I've been working on it. But
man, it's a perfect cliffhanger for the episode, though. I mean, if you don't want
tune in next week.
All right. All right.
I don't know. I'm not ready yet.
Are you still gonna ask Lyram though? Like, if you're gonna ask him,
yeah, you're still gonna try to convince him to do the thing.
Maybe. I haven't decided yet. I'm sorry. Okay.
Is it just taking you that long to level up, or?
No, the level up is pretty easy. It's literally just choosing the spells and making sure, because I don't have every spell on my list, so I'm trying to like look at the druid spells and make sure I'm not missing something that'd be useful.
All right. Well, okay. If you really can't get it done today,
I really can't. No. Sorry.
Then our last scene will just be like, Ishu waking up. I'm gonna play it like Vash is still asleep. Then.
Wait. He's gonna go without me?
He might.
That's not cool.
I mean, Ishu was planning on doing this anyway. Like, you just came to him and was like, let's do this thing.
So I convinced him to bathe by saying that I wouldn't go with him, but he's gonna go without me.
Let's see.
All right, but get this. Ishu eats a lot, right? What if he wakes up, goes to the kitchen, gets some food, makes a mess of himself, and then has to get another bath?
I mean, he rolled well enough to not be that stupid to go try this by himself, I think. So yeah, we see Ishu wake up. He like starts to move. He looks at Vash, right, and then he kind of like crouches down, and he tiptoes across the floor towards the door. And then he like takes a look over his shoulder and sees Vash like kind of sleeping, and then he walks over to Vash and like shakes him. And he's like, "All right, it's time to go. Come on, before everyone wakes up." And maybe that's where we end the session. All right.
Hey, you want a good heist? I got a plan it.
It's not a heist, man.
We don't know that yet. Could be.
Okay. I think you're going to be disappointed.
It's either a heist or a kidnapping. Well, it could be anyways.
Yeah. I totally wouldn't throw something completely unexpected at you. Never. I love how they posted in the Discord. They posted several pictures of these dogs. And,
You're welcome.
And by they, we
as
mean
I was
The
Ella.
biggest plot twist is that all along the horse has been the problem.
As
We're
I
gonna
was
make it to
looking,
the
I was
top of the
finding
tower,
better
and the
and better
horse is actually
pictures.
the master, and then he gores Vash.
I've been thinking that the horse might be him in disguise. I don't think it is anymore, but that was the initial suspicion.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought you guys might think that. I mean, I'll go ahead and spoil it for you. He's not the master.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what you would want us to think if he was.
Roll deception.
I mean, I kind of thought you guys might think that at some point. I kind of thought earlier on, like when you first met him, y'all might have.
Oh, I did for sure.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah,
I did.
You did?
it was kind of always the intent. It seemed too easy to just make Agape be the master. So I didn't do that. But yeah, I guess we will find out. Next session may be a real busy session, guys. Maybe a lot of things happening next session. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Everyone take another 3 XP. Like everyone did some kind of creative stuff today, so we'll give you guys all 3 XP for creative. And we'll see you guys next week. Everyone have
surely that means some level ups, right? I think Odayn maybe.
No.
Really? I thought you were pretty close. Damn.
Odayn needed 8, and we only got 6.
Well,
oh, buddy. Oh no.
I needed one.
What about Sha'ah?
I needed one.
What? You need one more?
Yeah, to be.
Oh man. I'm sorry.
You don't get an
I wish
XP
I fought
for Dwarf
Freya
Bait?
now.
No, I'm not gonna give you your final XP now. I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
You did that for us last level.
No, I spoil you guys. This is Forest of Flesh. This is hard mode D&D, guys. If you miss it by 1, you missed it by 1.
We're staying in a manner with every possible need we could have being met. This
you guys
is hard
don't
mode.
understand how dangerous this place is, okay? The fountain almost killed Odayn. I'm just throwing that out there.
Spoilers.
No, it didn't. It didn't really almost kill him. I'm totally kidding. But
sure.
No, I'm just messing with you guys.
But
I guess we'll find out what happens next session. Honestly, like today was an easy breezy session. I thought it was gonna like you guys are gonna rush through everything and we're gonna get straight to some like big lore reveals and stuff.
I hadn't planned the heist yet, man.
Yeah, all right. Well, it looks like we're starting the next session with it, so hopefully a week is enough time to plan.
Oh yeah, I'll be ready.
Well, thanks for playing, players. Thanks for watching, folks who watched. You can catch us here every Monday live, 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific for Forest of Flesh. Every other Friday, Unknown New Orleans goes live at 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Think about it. And we're getting ready to start a new show, Broken, story of lost memories and broken people. It's going to be on Tuesday nights. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. 6 p.m. Pacific. And I don't think it'll be tomorrow, but we're going to be starting it soon. Maybe the week after or 2 weeks after that. Keep an eye on the schedule and on socials if you're interested in that. There may also be some other kind of big news associated with that, but I'm waiting. I'm keeping it close to my chest. I'm waiting until I know for sure before I make that announcement. And check out A Wise Man Once on Twitch and Wise Man Role Playing on Twitter. He's the guy who DMs Unknown New Orleans, and he's cool folks. And one of the folks from over there may be joining us for Broken as well. Now, anybody else got any announcements or anything?
Happy birthday, Ella.
Happy birthday, Ella.
Happy birthday,
I will
Ella.
regret.
Happy birthday.
You will regret this.
Birthday.
Thank you, though.
All right. Well, that's it. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Good night.
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 Night.